Welcome back to the Monstercat Talk podcast, episode 8. We got 4 people here in the blue corner from Boston, Massachusetts. We've got Ethani! Woo! In the yellow corner, we've got special guest number 1 from New York City, Arynthesizer!
Yo, it's your boy.
And from the green corner, we've got from somewhere in the state of Florida, KadKMCL.
Hey, how you doing?
Woo! And in the red corner, from New Orleans, Louisiana, the RedhawkDirector. Oh! All right, I hope that intro was hyping up.
You suck.
That was hype, to be honest.
We haven't done this in 3.5 months. I'm a little out of practice. So
yeah, we're rusty.
Yeah.
Good.
And I haven't done this ever, so.
Oh yeah.
Same.
So.
That's what special guests are for.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are here to make up for our fuck ups.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
So.
It's quite a burden there.
It's a hard task, but.
Yep.
All right, so we're recording this because Uncaged Volume 1 dropped yesterday, and we haven't talked about like any of these songs on any podcast, so this will be a little bit interesting. I've got a list out on it. Cad has a list out on it.
I do
Then
too.
put it in a comment section somewhere. And Aryn, you talked about it. You talked about pretty much most of these songs in like your monthly rundown or whatever. But
Yeah.
this is
time to do those rankings.
Yep,
Let's
this is
go.
basically, if you don't know how to feel about a song, that's what we're here for, to completely shape your opinion to every song on.
Yep. That's what reviewers are for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Opinions do not exist, so.
Onions.
That's what I say.
Onions.
It's gonna be out.
Alright, so who do we have today? We got Cad and Aryn. What do you guys do like on the YouTubes and such in the community?
I do reviews of music. I give them ratings and stuff, and I talk about it. That's really all I do. No one watches my content, but whatever.
Oh, I do.
I do this really original thing that most people don't do. It's called list making. So yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that seems like a really cool concept.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You just rank
John,
songs
take
and
notes, dude.
it only takes skill, and all it is just opinion. It's a really smart idea.
Which don't exist. Opinions? No. What?
Yeah.
What are those?
What's that?
Alright.
Oh yeah. I mean onions. Yeah.
Oh yeah, onions.
Oh, Aaron's not in on the joke.
Damn.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know the context of it.
Oh yeah, that's
It was just
right.
there.
You didn't come into the Monstercat Uncaged Rotterdam thing until like
Rotterdam.
almost at the end of World's set. You missed.
Right. I missed the good
most.
set.
You missed the most hype set.
I missed my boy World.
Yeah.
That's my guy. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, crazy intro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're back.
All right.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
Should we just get into songs, right? Like,
I guess so.
Sure. So the way we've got
what
this
we're gonna-
structured. Oh shit. Who's hosting
Yeah,
this
it was-
thing, man?
It's
Seriously.
usually you. I mean, I was gonna. It's like
There we go.
see, we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, we clearly we meticulously planned this out for like 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
actually,
I
that's
guess.
probably not even that long. But
So
yeah, we'll be doing this in order of release date. So
Yep.
31
Chardonnay.
songs. Yeah, we start with Chardonnay, we end with Unity, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So Chardonnay, Conroe featuring Kara. I think it's,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it's whatever.
it's future bass and
Yeah.
Yee.
yeah. So Aryn, you're the,
So-
you're
My
the
favorite,
future
my
bass
favorite.
guy. You can start off with your opinions on this one.
Honestly,
Sorry, let me interrupt Aryn real quick. So I think
alright.
John forgot to say what else we're gonna do is whenever we mention a song, I guess what we should do is the first thing we should say is give our number for it, like what 1 through 31 where we had it, I guess.
That's
And so
I did forget.
so Aryn,
Okay.
your number for Chardonnay and then your opinions on it real quick.
My number for Chardonnay is 16, so like pretty much smack in the middle.
Okay.
I think Conroe, I mean, it's future based, obviously. I love it. But honestly, Conroe Conroe's future bass is really just average. It's pretty meh, not really very special to me. I did enjoy a lot of his like other songs, like The Saint, all the other stuff on my way up. I like that more than this, but this is all right. That's why I put it at 16 because it's just kind of meh, you know.
Smack dab in the middle.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I can agree with most of that statement. Like, Conroe's pretty meh. I mean, at least for this song. Like, I liked most of his other releases.
Yeah.
God, I can't words. City Lights was my favorite too. That's the one I feel like he went way out of the box for. City Lights is great. This one, I guess I'll transition into my opinion. I've about doubled your 16 with a 29.
Oh,
Not
man.
quite doubled. But,
Yeah.
so 29. First song on this album didn't get off to the right foot for me. Like, this had my expectations for this album not too great, but it's like I always know there's gonna be some bangers on this album, like on each album. So I'm like, all right, get these low numbers out of the way so we can get the good stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Chardonnay is just he didn't. I feel like he could have done a lot more.
Right.
The one saving element of the song though for me was that side chaining bit after the drops.
Oh,
That was really
yes.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
So-
my favorite part, yeah.
29. I like a lot more songs than this.
Yeah. Ked?
So in mine, I had it 13th, which is
Oh.
a lot higher than most people. But when I first heard it, I thought it was like really good, but it's kind of fallen off for me a bit. But I still like it. The vocals are good. I don't really know what else to say about it. Sort of an
Vocals are
okay
good, though,
song.
yeah. You're right.
Yeah, there's really nothing too special about it.
Yeah.
I should add that you don't have the highest out of anyone I've seen because Wacky Bull had it number 4
Yeah,
somehow.
Jesus
Yeah, he
Christ.
commented on my video about that.
Wacky
Crazy.
warned me in advance. He was like, whenever I post my list, Chardonnay is going to be very, very high.
Yeah.
I had it at 27 personally, so I had it a
Jesus.
little higher than Ethan, but not
Because
very
of
high. It, well, I mean, something's got to be there, right? So like, that's my
true.
view on it. But most of the song is really average feature based to me. Like I would almost rather hear something that goes out of the box, something like Bollywood Stunner that tries to do something and just doesn't sound good to me, rather than something that just kind of stays comfortable in its little niche, like what Conroe's doing here. I'd rather hear him do something like The Saint or On My Way Up, where you can definitely tell it's Conroe. Like it's feature based at that mid tempo style with like that really cool side chaining that he does. But
Right.
I didn't care for this, honestly. I'm hoping Conroe does better on whenever his EP drops.
Ooh, I'm ready. I'm actually hyped.
Sounds
for
like your dog is a little triggered by your opinions of.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
I can
even
hear
think
that.
about that, but yeah, that's gonna be in the recording.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So next song,
Waiting on your call.
Waiting on your call.
Speaking of wacky, that's his number one. So,
Yep.
Speaking of number
I actually
ones,
understand that.
Yeah, this is a Nevo featuring Park Avenue. Ethan, you can start it because I know you really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of having this song at number one, Waiting on Your Call. Let's go. Yeah. So the first song on the album was 29. This song, number 1. Quite the difference in quality.
Yep.
Just everything about this song is so great. Like the vocals are probably one of the best vocal performances of this year and in a long time too on Monstercat. This and another song on this album are really great in that aspect. And then I don't know if you'd call this like a mislabel. Like I guess electronic isn't technically a mislabel, but this is pretty borderline future bass, which is probably my favorite genre. And I just think the sound design and quality of the production is just great. I've been a huge Nevo fan since Electric Heart, and even back to the Girl remix. So this I just love this song. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go next because I have pretty much I don't have the exact same opinion because I have it 10 spots lower at 11, but that's still pretty
Well,
good
I
for
mean,
me.
That's still good.
That's good
Yeah.
for me for
That's
like
good.
vocal heavy feature bass because that's not something I always
Yeah.
like. But here, Park Avenue absolutely kills it. I like Anevo's production here more than a different feel song. That was a song I had ranked in the bottom half on the last album. But this is pretty snugly in that like top third of the album where it's like I'll listen. I'll hear this on Spotify. I'll actually get like hyped to listen to it, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of this. Cad.
So I had a spot lower than you. I had it 12th, and I'd have to say it's just the vocals are really, really carried the song. I wasn't a huge fan of the drop though. I felt it kind of lacked, but still, when it comes to the vocals, it's just Park Avenue was really good in that case.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I guess keep going.
I'm
If
done.
you- Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
So I put Waiting on Your Call at number 3. I've really been a fan of Anevo. I really did like Feel Something, and I really like this. I think Anevo is really great with vocals. I really like that sort of, I guess, a slippery like future bass sound that he does in the he did it in the drop of both Waiting on Your Call and Feel Something. I really enjoyed both of those songs. But yeah, Ethan pretty much like nailed my opinion. I thought that there were like a couple songs on this album that were like a little better, that like really blew that really just like blew my mind. But I thought that this was like a really good song, really good vocal performance, like really good sound design, just overall a really good song.
Got a good general consensus for this song. The lowest was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 1, number 3, 11, and 12. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We all like
as
this.
well.
Yeah.
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 The MC Reviews podcast actually just got uploaded. I'm not looking forward to listening to it
Oh,
because I
wow.
know they'll have Waiting on Your Call much lower than we did because they're not
Yeah.
a fan
Oh,
of
no.
vocals and vocal heavy stuff.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna do like a little list here, or not a list, but like a counter of songs with amazing vocals on this compilation album because there's a lot of them, and this one was number 1 out of them. Or not number 1 isn't like the best, but number 1 isn't the first.
Right.
Okay.
And, we'll get to some of the others, but
Yeah.
this next one has no vocals of any kind because it's Noise Storm and he never does vocals. But it's
Yeah.
Escape. It's his first break song since his remix of Bring the Madness, and it's got a very anti-hero Sentinel Barracuda-y melody. As
I heard that was
Definitely.
cracked. There's no escape.
It's
Yeah.
got those Middle Eastern vibes, for sure.
Yeah.
Which is always
Yeah.
cool.
Cad, you can start us off on this one.
Oh boy. So for me, it's 26th. When it comes to his sort of Arabic songs, I'm really not that big of a fan of them, and I feel like each one of them, he kind of gives me more respect for each of them, and not much I can say besides I'm not a huge fan of it.
All right, and I think I'm gonna continue because I also have Escape at number 26. I've never really been like that big of a fan of Noise Storm. I didn't really care for Anti-Hero Sentinel. I didn't really like him that much, and this is sort of the same. I also really have nothing to say besides it's not really my thing. I could see why a lot of people like it. It's a lot like the stuff that he's been putting out for the last couple of years, but really just not my thing. So yeah.
Okay. I have it a little bit higher. I have it at 22. I really like the second drop, and I really like the beat, but everything else seems pretty much like been there, done that as far as his music is concerned. That cover art is really cool, though, I will say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Ethan?
I had it in between all three, yes. 25, so one better than Cad and Aryn. I don't know. I'm sure I can speak for like most of us when I say I sure as hell was hyped for this before it came out, and then a little bit disappointed when I heard it, just because it's nothing too different.
Mm-hmm.
The build-up's alright. The drop is just kind of, it's like it's lacking something. I don't know what it is, but it's not too different from anything else he's really made. It's kind of like a mix between Anti-Hero and like Sentinel, like you said. It's got the breaks from that, his like Barracuda, Sentinel, etc. And then it's got the Middle Eastern trap vibes from Anti-Hero and Heist. I don't know. It's just I can kind of get into it. It's I don't know. It's lacking that one thing. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know, 25. Eh.
I think one thing I forgot to say, I guess, or not forgot to say, but just like, I like his last 2 releases on the label before this were like D&B and then like really hard electro house. So I was hoping he would experiment again, but he kind of went back to where he was. So
both of those were really good though.
If you want to appear on Uncaged Volume 2 and make, like, some, I don't even know what he could make that would sound good, but like, I don't know, not hard style, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be interested to hear some like Noise Storm, like experimental future bass, but
That'd be cool.
That would actually be pretty good.
I have no idea how it would sound now.
I'm sure Aryn and I would be hella hyped for that.
Yeah, I'd love that.
I'd be hyped for it too. I love
Yeah.
feature bass like that. But
Alright.
speaking of feature bass like that, this next song is not that. However, it is number 2 on my list, on my or number 2 on my counter of songs with amazing vocals. This is "Tomorrow" by Direct and Mr. Fiji Ouija, featuring Matt Van and Holly Drummond. So I guess I'll start on this one. I have it at number 14. I feel disappointed that that's where it fell on my list because I wanted to have it much higher because I really like this. It's got that direct piano in the drop, which is always really cool. Like, you heard it on Lark, you heard it on, like, I don't know, Memory, I guess. But I can't remember if it's Memory or something else. But I really like Matt Van's vocals in specific were a nice surprise for me. And I don't know, as a whole, it's just, I really liked it. It's chill. You can kind of like listen to it in pretty much any emotional state other than like wanting to get hyped, and I like songs like that. So,
Yeah.
Aryn, you can go next.
All right. I also I don't know. I
Still, get out.
Still, we're recording a podcast. John, I told you someone would join. Dylan. Oh, he can't.
Should I just kick him from the?
Yeah.
We're recording.
Dylan, we're recording a podcast.
I don't know if we should keep that in or not. That's up to
Why
you.
not?
why not keep it in?
Alright.
Alright, so I guess I'll just keep going and forget that happened.
Yeah.
Alright, so Tomorrow, I have it at number 20. I agree with you, Redhawk. I really wanted to like this. I really like Matt Van's vocals, and especially on a song that was released in the future, I thought that he also did a really good job. I really respect this track. There's like a duo of producers and a duo of vocalists. I really like, or I can really respect it when there's like a duo of vocalists and like the producers can make that work. But I don't know, I kind of just got bored of this. There was really nothing about it that stood out to me except for the fact that it's just really chill and like really just well done. I wanted to like it, but I just had to put it at number 20.
Alright, Ethan.
Alright, as I'm DMing Dylan, apologizing, let's see. Tomorrow. I had it at 23, but don't take that, like, as a bad song, because that just makes the cutoff. So, I should say, at this point, 1 through 23, all the songs I find here go from amazing to pretty good, like I like this, so that speaks for itself. So 23, this is pretty good, and I like this. So, I'll say this song definitely tells a great story between Matt Van and Holly Drummond. They're two separate parts, and I think at the end, at some point, they're both singing at the same time, which is really cool. I like what Aryn said. There's a duet in the vocals and in production, which it's really cool. It works really well here, I think. I know a lot of people kind of disagree with that, but it's like some people say one vocalist doesn't really need to be in the song. I don't know who specifically said that. I think I've heard that a few different times.
Yeah, I've definitely heard it, so
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from.
I do like it a lot, though. Even if it is at 23, that just says how much I like this album.
I remember when you left rankings on all my previous album rankings. I remember you almost always had direct and feature at the bottom. So having it at number 23, it's pretty good for you.
Yeah, I should say cello is like I can never like I never adore cello. Like that's just how it is. I guess it's never gonna be a genre that I am in love with. But this is good. This is pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. And Kad?
So I had it at 9. So
there you go.
everyone, and sort of my reasoning for this is, well, it was actually a really good duet between Holly Drummond and Matt Fan, and both of their vocals are good. And also, I really like the vocal transition into Holly Drummond's line, I guess. And also, it's kind of surprising because when it comes to feature and direct, or past like 2 songs, I really haven't been that big of a fan of. And it comes to this, and I was pretty surprised by it. So yeah, that'd be.
So we all seem to like Tomorrow to different lengths, but yeah. Next up, I actually have no idea what any of you guys think of this song. Because I don't remember where you had it on your list, Kat, and I don't remember where you had it on your list, Ethan. But we've got Blast by, I think Snapchat called him, or like BuzzFeed or someone called him Tokyo Monster. But Tokyo Machine with his newest Tokyo Machine song, Blast, and that breaksy big room, or not big room, bass house stuff. Oh god, Tokyo Machine big room would be interesting. But
that would be interesting.
Anyway, yeah, this is Aryn, you can start here just because that's kind of the pattern we've got going on. But
all right. I honestly, I'm still kind of figuring out whether I like Tokyo Machine or not, because there have been some releases that I've really enjoyed, like OK and Party. I really enjoyed those.
OK is a great one, yeah.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
there are some that I've thought were not the greatest, like Hype. I thought that they didn't really have anything special about them. Blast is sort of one of those. I didn't really like. I really liked the build up before the drop. I thought that was really cool. But besides that, I didn't really see anything special in it. I put it at number 17, which is also pretty much smack in the middle, because there was a lot of stuff on this album that was better and a lot of stuff that was worse. But yeah, I thought it was really just it was really in the middle for me.
I'll transition to my thoughts on it because I just have it one spot behind at 18. When Blast first came out, I thought this was gonna be like top 5, honestly, just because I thought this was such a great bounce back from Hype, and I forget his other song in the last album. I liked it though. I forget the name of it. Pixel. Yeah, Pixel was great. But after listening to Hype, I'm like, I really hope he comes up with something better, and he definitely did. Even if this is at 18, I still like it a lot. There's just 17 more songs that I enjoy a lot more. But 18, I think it's a respectable place for it.
Yeah.
Kad?
So I have it at 16, and I actually thought actually comes at my second highest Tokyo Machine song, and I actually kind of liked it. I don't know how to really explain it, but I just kind of liked it.
Okay. I also have it in that range. I have the lowest. I have it at 20. It's so basically Tokyo Machine. He's either really good. He's got 3 songs I think are really good on the label. Really average, which I have 3 songs in, and then Hype. And I have Blast in that average range. It's got some cool stuff. It's got some stuff I don't love about it. But it's kind of Tokyo Machine going back to doing Tokyo Machine stuff, which even if he's doing it a lot, like at a pretty high clip, I'm a fan of it. It's better than Hype, basically. Is why I like this one. So
Hype was my number 30 from the last album. I think it was year 29.
Yeah, I had it at 29.
Yeah. No surprises there.
Yeah.
Just wasn't good.
No.
Yeah. I think there's a few people that liked it. I can't remember.
I have it at 19 on my 0-30 ranking, so.
Okay, that's.
It just kind of comes as a guilty pleasure for me.
That's fair enough. I'm trying to
There's a
think.
lot of guilty pleasure songs on this album. Speaking of guilty pleasure, for me anyway.
So sixth song. I think this might actually have the most views out of any
I think so
Uncaged
too.
Volume 1 song, but it's Everything Black by Unlike Pluto featuring Mike Taylor. And it's more Unlike Pluto R&B kind of stuff. And Ethan, you start here.
Everything Black. I don't really know what to say about this song. I mean, I have it at 20, but again, like 1 through 23, all songs I like. So I mean, this is good. Like another good vocal performance, I'd say. I don't think you have it on yours. Well, I
do. It's number 3.
You do.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right. What to say about Everything Black? Oh yeah. So I guess the reasoning for having this at number 20 is just because the thing that Unlike Pluto does that I don't like is that in all of his songs, at least recently, they have 2 or 3 drops. This one I think has 3, and it's the same drop all 3 times, and that is not a good thing. Not all the time. I mean, the drop is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to hear that 3 different times. At least, change it up once or twice. Like, I don't know.
It just kind of gets old.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Just kind of gets old after a while.
Oh yeah, totally. It's the Unlike Pluto curse, having the copy pasted drops 3 different times. So number 20. I still like it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had it at number 15, and not much I can say besides it's just sort of an okay song. It's not anything like extremely special or surprising coming out of it. And yeah, vocals are okay, and yeah.
Okay. I have it significantly higher than the 2 of you guys. I believe I had it at number 4. I want to say.
Ooh.
Yeah, number 4. Also, I fact checked, and yes, it says it has almost 2 million views. It's a couple thousand away.
Yeah.
Wasn't it on like Trap Nation too or something? It was on maybe not Trap Nation. I don't know.
But the only other song with over 1 million on this compilation album is Blast, and it's just over 1 million, and it's been out for longer than a lot of the songs on the album. So I would say like it's higher. Like the next highest is probably going to end up in like a couple months being Watch Out or
I was going to say
that would make sense.
So, but yeah, Unlike Pluto probably created the most popular song on this album, and I really like it. The copy paste thing normally that gets on my nerves, but for some reason, Unlike Pluto's songs, it's not as big of a deal for me because the emphasis in his songs are not on the drop; it's on the vocals, and it's on like kind of creating that atmosphere, and he does that here. That I don't know if you want to call it a build-up or like a pre-drop or whatever you want to call it, but like that when he's just listing stuff that he wants black, like that part is so catchy. I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of the catchiest vocals on the label, and just as a whole, you could say that Mike Taylor was pretty much. I think he was born and raised to do this song, and he did it really well. He's like perfect for the role, having that like kind of soulful tinge to his vocals. But yeah, I really like it. I had it at number 4, like I said, so obviously I like it a lot.
All right.
Aryn.
And I have it at number 21. I think that's the lowest out of any of you guys, and the reason why I put it there is because it's really just not my style. I think it's like a good track, but I'm someone who's used to like a lot of like instrumental music. I listen to a lot of instrumentals, and what Unlike Pluto does here is it's just really like centered around the vocals, except for the drop, obviously. It's very vocal centric, and I think I've said this a lot before, but I think Unlike Pluto would be a lot better on a different label. I'm not saying that like R&B shouldn't be on Monstercat. I really think that Highlight by Resonate actually did belong on Monstercat, but I think that there's a lot of people who have a similar opinion to me, where they're used to hearing like a lot of just more like instrumental based music and music that's just very different from what Unlike Pluto makes. And I think that Unlike Pluto does make great music, but there's people like me where it's really just not their style. And I think that he deserves to get more recognition on possibly a different label than Monstercat, because he makes great music, and I think that it would just be a lot better appreciated on a different label. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I just want to add, because I know a lot of, like, I think you guys are in the minority, even though I'm in the minority for having it really high. I know a lot of list makers had it like top 10. Like, I know Dill had it really high. I think Matthew had it really high. I want to say Jason had it pretty high too. And those are just like 3 names I'm thinking of off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
I
don't know. Even though it's the most viewed song from this album, I still think that it would be, I don't know, better, more like just more appreciated on, like, somewhere on another label.
Right.
That's probably just my opinion,
that
though.
would make sense.
That's my onion.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Onto a song that
Ooh, yeah.
it's it's a
Half an hour,
return
It's
from someone we haven't heard of, like an original. We haven't heard like an original song from this guy by himself since mid 2014. No, 2015, mid 2015. That being Nitro Fun with Home.
Yeah.
His melodic dubstep / hands up / future bass
Full
song.
flavor.
Full flavor. So, Kad, you can start us off here.
So, Home I had at number 20. I just thought that the song just kind of goes off in multiple different directions. And, yeah. What else I can say? The drop was just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of seemed offset with the piano and how high up the bass was, I guess. And, yeah.
Alright.
I know what you mean about piano. That's kind of like...
it just kind of seemed like
this
offset.
Kind of doesn't belong. Yeah.
I have it at 27. 26. I liked it when it came out, but in like the 2 months or so since it's been out, I've kind of noticed it has a ton of flaws. It has so many flaws that I actually like did an edit of it on my channel. I don't know if it's better or worse, but I just feel like that's the problem if some random person on YouTube thinks Nitro Fun did it wrong. And like Nitro Fun's a much more experienced producer than I am, like much more. He's much more talented. But I do have to question some of the creative process here. Like I like songs that have multiple moods to them, but it's got to be done right. It can't be happy and then sad and then happy again and then sad again and then happy again. It with no transitions between any of them. It just feels like it's trying to be too much at once. It's trying to be this new Nitro Fun while also trying to retain a lot from his previous style. And I don't know. It just doesn't sound cohesive to me at all. So I want to like it, but I can't.
Right. I put it at number 18. Of course, it's melodic dubstep, and melodic dubstep is probably my second favorite genre of EDM. So it wouldn't be like as low as 28 or wherever you put it, Redhawk. I already forgot, but
26.
26. I think it sounds good, but I agree with you, John, that like the whole like creative process, like the whole thematic aspect of it, isn't really that strong. It's like a good sounding track to me, but just like the way that it shifts between so many things at once, I don't know. I think it's trying to be too much, and sometimes that actually works in tracks, but a lot of times it doesn't. And I think that this is an example of it not really working. It still kind of pulls it off, and that's why it's not like 30 or 31 for me. It's at number 18, but yeah.
All right.
Finish it off.
At one point, I had Home in like close to the bottom 5. I want to say that's probably around when it came out, or like close to a week after. Just because I was not expecting this from Nitro Fun at all. I was expecting, your usual 128, 130 BPM electro, like 8-bit,
Right.
sort of, what you're used to. But this it was a good change, I want to say. But yeah. So where did I have it? Let's see. Oh, 15. So it made it to the top half, and I know the structure is kind of all over the place. Like in the drops, it'll go from it's like 150 halftime, and then like 4 on the floor. sort of like, I don't know. The drums are all over the place. Same with like that piano in the main drop, but that second drop, it just, oh man, I can really get into that. It's I've really come around to it. It's I really do like it. Even if it's at 15, like, this is still I've really come around to home. So yeah.
So basically, we've done the complete opposite. Opinion, the opinions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you do have it in top half. It kind of ranges, and I guess from the four of us, from good to not good. It's definitely one of those tracks. I'll be interested to see where everyone has this next track. We got "Swapping Things" by Topi.
Yeah.
I'll start here because I was very disappointed by this track. I had it at 28, I believe, and that rose. It was last for a while until this time came out, and then it was second to last until like probably a week or two before I ranked it. Because there's that really cool like section in between the two drops. I do like that mid section, but damn it, somebody else joined.
It's
Gabe.
It's Gabe.
Gabe.
We're recording
Get
a
out.
podcast.
Gabe.
Okay, he's just gonna mute. It's okay. He can listen.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this I was disappointed by this because my favorite song by Topi as of this point, I haven't listened to his entire discography, but my favorite song by him up until this point was "Danger Time," which was I don't remember where it was released, but it was released like I want to say like December of 2016 or November, something like that. I really liked it, and so I saw that Topi was doing more bass house, and I had high expectations for it. But this just doesn't have the melody, and it doesn't have the sound design that Danger Time has. It's the first Topi song that like actually annoys me at some points because like I didn't love Backup, but I thought it was still really well made. It's just not something I could get into. But this, I feel like there's some sounds in the drop that just don't mesh with me, and because of all that, I have it bottom 5. I feel like I'm just being negative Nancy, but like once we get to the back half, especially the last 10 songs, I really like every single one of them. So
yeah,
Hmm.
I'll be more positive later, but for now, I'm not a big fan of Swapping Things.
I can keep the negative vibes rolling if you want me to.
Woo!
So Swapping Things. I think I'll be the first one to have my number 1 and my number 31 listed off. What are we? 8 songs in, and I've had my favorite song and my least favorite song on the album so far.
All right.
Swapping Things, 31. It's not good at all, really, in my opinion. In my onion.
onion.
I'm trying to think of what I like about this song. I mean,
you could always just say what you don't like about it.
I mean, yeah, gosh, I don't. There's just not like enough in this song. It reminds me of Messiah, but I really like Messiah.
I was
Yeah, me
about to
too.
say if you didn't like Messiah,
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
boy.
No, I
That's a
really
problem.
do like
That's a
Messiah.
problem.
I think it reminds me of that just because I made a mashup of these two, and it worked kind of well. But like, I don't know, Messiah is just like it's minimal, but in a good way where you can kind of like dig what Laszlo's got going on with you know. All right, this is not talking about Messiah. I'm stalling to try to think about what I can say about Swapping Things, but God, I guess I don't like Topi house, you know, that sort of BPM range. Like I would much rather prefer, you know, something like Bad Language, because I really like Bad Language. But this song is just like there's just not. I feel like there's not really a melody in the drops. It's just kind of like some electronic-y type like robot-y sounds. I really don't know how to describe it. And then just this aggressive kick, and then a sub bass and some growls. That's kind of all it is. I really don't like it. So 31 Swapping Things. I don't know.
All right. Well, on the contrary, I have it at number 8. This is the first Topi song that I've actually like been a fan of. The rest I just thought were really forgettable. But I really like stuttery music, like music that pauses a lot, and music that like, I don't know, it sort of gives you that like momentum vibe. And I think Swapping Things does a really good job with that. I am a fan of bass. This track reminds me a lot of Tiva 833 by Varian, and I also really enjoyed that one. But yeah, I really don't know how else to describe it besides how I like the fact that it's really stuttery and it's really just glitchy, sort of, and I don't know, I sort of enjoy that. But yeah, number 8.
Okay, so for me, I had it at number 18, and I actually have to say it was kind of the opposite of Redhawk in that I didn't have very high expectations going in, and once I heard it, I was actually kind of surprised that I liked it as much as I did, because I wasn't a huge fan of like Backup or Bad Language, and yeah, it's a lot more catchier than I think the other two were, and I do like the middle section of it. And yeah, I guess that's what I'd say.
All right. So another song that we're all over the place on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, another one I had pretty high expectations for, and not to like get into what I'm saying because I'm going last on this one, but it's another song that kind of let me down a little bit. Aryn, you can start us off with "Bandit" by Kuro.
Bandit. All right. I've Bandit at number 11. I think that Kuro, it's going to be hard for Kuro to beat Amon. That was a really good song. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but that was a really good track. I think that this isn't as good as that. It's better than Savage, but I really like the sort of, again, it uses that like kind of slippery sound, sort of like almost like what a Nevo uses in his drops, but I don't know, there's something about that. The vocals get me really hype for some reason. I don't know, just like the way it's just really dope to me. But this is one of the tracks where I can't really describe why I kind of like it. This whole album wasn't really like that good for me. I only really like the top like 10, and this is number 11. So I'm still not really that big of a fan of this, but it's pretty good compared to the rest of the stuff that we had on this album.
All right. So, Ethan?
Bandit. I had it relatively high. Number 6. And before I go into how much I liked it, I'll compare it to Kira's other 2 songs on the label. Like, I think I'm sort of in the same realm as you, Aryn, where it's not quite as good as Amon, but it's better than Savage. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jake. I you love Savage. But
isn't that like his number 1 or number 2 on the label?
I think it is number 1 on the label. But yeah.
I forget if it's that or the Tisoki remix of Backup.
Oh yeah, actually I'm not sure. But so Bandit at number 6. The reasoning behind that is I'm not gonna start off with the vocals, but I will say that like that's not the main reason it's number 6. But I'm kind of in the minority where I kind of like, you know, that repetition of understand it, I'm a fucking bandit, and like
Yeah, I like that too.
I think it's really cool. Just it rhymes and it's really down pitched. Like the vocals are really deep and low, and it doesn't tell a story, of course not, but I think it's just a cool element to the song. And then as it builds up, it gets higher pitched, and then especially in that second drop, there's a little like it teases the listener almost, where it kind of like fades in, and then like for a few bars, and then it finally officially drops, and then it's like, oh man, I'm so hyped whenever I listen to it. I just really like the song a lot. And only 5 songs beat it, so number 6.
I'll be in the minority, I guess. I have it too, you guys. I don't know where Kat has it, but I have it at number 24. And yeah. So this my problem with this song is actually not the same thing that basically everybody who doesn't like it. I don't know if it's a cop-out answer or what, but everybody's just like, should be longer. It's 2.5 minutes. It probably could be longer, but that's not my main gripe with it. My main gripe with it, and this is an opinion I share with, I think it's Pete from MC Reviews, where it's too similar to Amon without being as good as Amon, if that makes any sense. Like, because Amon was it had the hard drop that Bandit has, but it also did the world building, where it did the world building where it like kind of created this like dark world or whatever, and like which combined with the artwork made it like really damn epic. And with Bandit, it just, I don't know, something's missing. Like, it's a good song to listen to, in my opinion. Like, I can put it on in the car and bang to it, but oh god, that sounded weird. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
But like, it's not a song. It's not a well done song, in my opinion. Like, it's kind of a guilty pleasure when I'm liking it, and when I'm not, it's just kind of like, it's not as good as Amon. It's a song like that. Chardonnay's another one like that on this album where like, it's listenable, but it could have been done so much better, and that's why it disappoints me. So I don't know. That's pretty much sorry if that sounded really incoherent, but like, it made sense in my head. It's not a song that I love, but it's not a song that I hate either.
Right.
Kad?
So I have it at 25, and I kind of feel the same way about it. I just really, as you said, it's kind of like Amon, but not as good. And I don't know what else to say. I'm not a huge... One of the main reasons that it's so low is that I'm just not a big fan of trap. And that'll show up a bit later, but yeah, I just can't really see it putting it higher.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is Bandit by Kuro. Another one that we're all over the place on. Number 10 on our list here. We've got Neos but Glacier, labeled as feature bass. I personally don't understand why it's labeled as feature bass.
Yeah,
it is. I think it's like house or indie dance or something.
It's like
it's kind of
like everything.
It's a lot of things, man.
I think it's kind of like a hybrid of house and glitch shop. I say hybrid just because it's in the BPM range, like between the two. It's like 117, 116 or something.
Yeah, it's 116.
Exactly.
It's house. Yeah. All right. So, Ethan, you can start us off here.
I will start us off. Probably, I'm gonna guess I have it the highest at number 3. I could be wrong though.
Yeah.
But. Oh, I am. Am I wrong?
You are wrong.
We'll find out. Oh.
Whoops.
Let's see. So number 3. God, I love this song. Like I'm not sure if it has 2 drops or 4, but I'm gonna say 2. But like the 2 that the time signature changes from 4/4 to 3/4 is just so good, man. That the drops just executed like so well, and the sound design too. Even going to the live mix that he did, it's like, oh man, it's really good. I liked his other song. I can't think of
Dancing
it.
by Myself.
Yeah. Dancing by Myself. That's the one. I liked it, and I thought it was good and all, but like this is a huge step up, in my opinion, and God, everything about this song just hits hard so well. It doesn't hit hard. It's like, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
my opinion.
I guess I'll piggyback off of that for the big reveal. I have it at number 2.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa, dude.
Nice.
Radical.
Tubular, bro. All right. It's just Neos is it's just a really cool track for me. I really like Glacier's style of like making that funky. I mean, this is definitely very different from Dancing by Myself. It's still got like that really funky sort of vibe. I don't know. There's just something about this track that is really cool to me, and yeah, I can't say why I love it so much, but I like it a lot.
I know why you like it so much. It's because it's super glitchy.
Yeah, and that's my thing. So.
Oh man. Kad?
Okay, so I had it at 14. That's not to say that I don't like it, because I still do. So yeah, I like it for its sort of glitchiness and sort of just Glacier's usual style. I mean, I've never really thought of him as he's always been sort of a decent artist for me, so sort of like mid-range, I guess. And yeah, I thought Neos was a pretty good song. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really.
Well, I also don't have a whole lot to say because everything I would have said has already been said. But I had this at number 9, and I'm sad that it's that low. But like the top half of this album, as much as I don't really care for the bottom half, the top half is really strong.
Oh yeah.
It kind of
Yep.
reminds me of I can't even think of a compilation that's like that. But maybe 16 is a good example. Even though I think the top half of 16 is like legendary and it'll never be beat. But but Neo's it kind of sounds like this is a weird. I don't know. This is a weird way of putting it, but it sounds like what I would think a collab between Volant and Televisor would sound like.
Ooh.
Whereas it's super funky, it's super glitchy, and it does very well in doing both of those things.
I like the closest thing that's ever gonna come between Televisor and Volant, which is Volant's Break Loose remix. So
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I don't like that one as much as you.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Me neither.
But I really like it. I really like this. I guess it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw it, Dylan.
So yeah, one we all liked.
Oh no.
But and yeah, so that's Neo's. Next up is Stonebank Hard Dance by Stonebank. It's Ripped to Pieces,
Yeah.
featuring ML. Kad, you can start us off here.
Okay, so I think I may add this the highest out of everyone. I had number 4. And
Wow.
yeah, so how to say about it? It may not be his strongest hard dance, but it's still like really up there for me. Of course, the male vocals good as usually are, and the drop's also pretty good. And I don't know what else to say besides I really like it.
Okay. I'm kind of on the opposite spectrum of you. I don't hate it by any means, but I do have it at number 24? No, 25.
Wow.
And alright, so this is a song I talked about on the MC Reviews podcast. I was on that for Neo's Ripped to Pieces and this time. And I'm echoing what I was said on the other two on that one. This one, I think I said this was the most enjoyable Stonebank hard dance song since The Pressure. And the only reason for that was because I really liked the melody, and I didn't know if it'd hold up, and I now have my answer. It didn't hold up for me. It's cool. It's a little bit different for Stonebank's hard dance compared to everything he made in 2016. But something about it just feels not as good. Maybe that's just because of Us Against the World that came out pretty soon after and is a pretty similar style. But I just don't love this. That's pretty much all I have to say. Ethan?
I had a few spots lower at 27, but yeah, I mean the vocals I didn't really like that much. Sorry, Mel. Like, she's had much better performances in my opinion. Like, I know some people seem to like this one a lot more, but I don't know. I couldn't understand some of the lyrics, and it's like her vocal range like got really low at points and then kind of high pitched at others. I'm like, this is kind of I'm not really feeling this, but the melody though it is really great. It's like, I see what you mean when it came out and you compared it to Pressure and it being that enjoyable, but yeah, there's just it's like it's in the bottom 5 for me, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm probably in a similar place to you two. I have it at number 19. I think that for Stonebank, it's going to be really hard for Stonebank to beat The Pressure, I think, because The Pressure is just absolutely like an incredible hard dance song. But there's really nothing special about this that distinguishes it from any of the other happy hardcore that we got in the past couple of years, especially from Stonebank. This is really not anything special, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why it's, I guess, sort of near the middle, in the sense that it's well produced. Obviously, it's all right, but really nothing special.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the 12th song. And I get to start us off with This Time by Keizo. So, by this point, my opinion on this song should be well documented. It's my number 31. It's my least favorite song to come out on the label, at least since Superstar. But if I'm being honest, it's probably the last song that I've actually hated this much. Like, I hate parts of it. probably be like "What You Waiting For." Like it's been that
Oh
long.
man,
Jeez.
that's a low blow.
Yeah.
Or I guess I'm thinking of like originals because like there's been a couple remixes that have not been so good. But
Roscoe.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I hate the vocal chops. The vocals themselves aren't terrible. I don't like them though. I hate that like and like in the drop whatever that's called. I don't like the kick, the hardstyle kick. I like hardstyle kicks aren't always bad, but this one just it gets on my nerves, I guess. The trap parts are alright, but there's too many moving parts to the song that I absolutely despise. Basically, is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I promise. There's only a couple more songs that I have to be negative about, but Keizo's done better.
Yep. This time is also my number 31. This song, it's just. I think my favorite part about this song is how short it is. It's under 3 minutes.
Oh, God, that's brutal.
I don't know. I really just don't like this song. I'm sorry, Sad Face or Pengu, but this song, I think Redhawk pretty much summed it up. I just can't stand some parts of this song. And like there are some songs on this album that I don't care for, but I don't like actively despise them. But this is probably the only track on this album that I actively just don't like. So, yeah, congratulations this time.
All right, Ethan, time to defend this song.
I am gonna do some justice. He's a sad face or Pengu, you know that gentleman.
Yep.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say this time is at number 7, alright? Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I like the song. I didn't love it when it came out, but damn, has it grown on me. The vocal chops are great. I don't care what you say. Whatever you said it was, I like it. Everything is great about this song, alright? But seriously, I don't know like why I like this song. This is I know I said guilty pleasure songs earlier on in the podcast, but this definitely fits that description. Like I should not like this, but I really do, and I can't exactly describe why, but I really do, and yeah, so you guys, I've learned to respect opinions, so, I mean, you guys can have it both at 31, that's fine. Let's see where Cad puts it.
So, I have to go with them, and I have it at 28.
Oh.
Which also is going to be saying something, since this is a song I really don't like, and there's 3 below it, so.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, right.
So, the one thing I really don't like about it is that drop. It's really just whatever the noise is, just kind of repeated, and there's really like not much else to it. And
I can redo the noise if you really want me.
Yeah, just repeat that a couple times and you got the full drop.
Right.
And yeah, the vocals are really the only thing that makes it like not like close to being last. And I think just having vocals kind of gives it just a bit more of an oomph and adds more to it, I guess. So that's kind of why it's not last for me. And yeah.
Alright. So this time, sorry Ethan, but you're in the minority on that one in this podcast.
I don't care, man.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Let us know in the comments section who you agree with.
Probably
Add
not
some
me.
viewer interaction.
Unless you're a Pengu.
No, I got some people in my like I know Duality.
Oh yeah, like
was
Duality.
one. There's a few others where it's like, oh my god, my number 1 is your number 31. That's probably the most controversial number last I've had in quite some time. Although I don't know, I did have Puppet last on my last one, so maybe not.
Jesus, dude.
But number 13 on our list, we've got the bang material between. Oh god, that sounded weird too.
Yeah.
Slips and Slurs and Hollow. We've got Turmoil. Slips and Slurs' first trap song since, I guess if you count Malicious's trap, which I do, since that last one labeled was Restless though. But start us out, Mr. Arynthesizer.
All right, so I've never really been a fan of Slips and Slurs. I actually just started like enjoying Divided VIP, and that's probably the only Slips and Slurs track that I enjoy, and that includes this one. I put this one at number 23. I'm really just like, obviously, if you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of trap. When it's done well, I enjoy it. Like Bandit, I enjoyed, but most trap is just not for me. And this song is included. The vocals, it's like the sort of, it's trying to be like those dope like vocals, the really pitched down vocals, and that's what it's sort of trying to be. I don't really like it in this song. There are some songs where I really enjoy it, like in Bandit, but here it's not really my favorite use of like that really pitched down vocal. I don't know. I'm just not really the biggest fan of it.
Okay. I'll add something because I was wrong. I forgot the Divided VIP was the thing. That was the last one. That was the last trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Half trap, half DMB.
So, Kad,
good,
you said earlier that you don't like trap. Is this another instance?
This would be another instance of it, as I only have it 2 spots higher than Bandit at 23. And what should I say about it, really?
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say about it exactly. It's not his best, I can say that. And there have been trap songs by Slips and Slurs that I've liked, but this one just doesn't kind of fall into that.
Please be Christmas.
Please be another song on this album.
It's
Please be
Restless.
Divided VIP.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I guess that's just it. Not a big fan of it.
Well, this is the 13th song we're talking about, and it's my number 13. So unlucky. I don't know. And we're also talking about this on the 13th. So that's a little weird. But
it's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Conspiracy theories abound. But
yeah.
All right. That second drop caused me to not enjoy the song for the first like 2 or 3 weeks that it was out. But listening to it again and again and again, the second drop doesn't annoy me as much. I still don't like it, but the rest of the song is really cool in my opinion. The vocal chop, Aryn, you said you don't like it, but I actually like. I don't think it should be everywhere in the song like it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool. I think it's catchy, and it's kind of symbolic of like he's back with trap, even though it's still in his dubstep style. It's like it's trap again, which I'm happy about because I didn't like Haunted. I didn't like his remix of Matches, but I really like this one. I think it's banger material. You can bang to it as a
Yeah.
All right,
Ethani.
It's me.
It
I
is.
had this song at 28.
Wow, I did not think I'd have it the highest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
I didn't think I'd have it the lowest. Actually, no, I think I knew I would. But 28. I don't know. It's like, I thought, when Slips went back to trap, I thought it'd be like, oh yes, I'm finally gonna enjoy something since Divided VIP, but no, I don't enjoy it that much. The vocal chop is nice. It's a little too repetitive, but much like you in the first couple weeks, that second drop, I can't really listen to it. It's not very good. But just about everything else is pretty good. The I guess like the pre-drop part of the first drop is probably my favorite part of the song, and of course the outro, with the little curse words and the weird editing on the vocal samples, kind of like how in Wi-Fi Tears had that thing. I think that's a nice little. Yeah, it's like what the fuck is that at the end? It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. But 28, not very good.
All right. I've been looking forward to being positive, and now I can
Here we
finally
go.
do
Yeah,
it.
here we go.
We've only talked about one of my top 5. We'll make it 2 because we've got Starship by Grant, the mystery track for so long at the end of the 030 podcast. It took it a couple months to resurface, but here it is. It's Grant, and Ethan, you can start us off.
I will start us off by saying I thought it was Hush, and I'm not disappointed by it being Grant, just because it's the same song. It doesn't matter what artist makes it. It's like if you like the song, I think it doesn't matter who made it. But yeah. With that said, I had it at number 4, and this song is just really great. Everything Grant does ever since taking off his bow tie, I think he's just been phenomenal. And
yeah.
What makes it even better is that this song was made in one day.
Yeah.
Just like
Very
Not
impressive.
quite Gunmetal Black level, but
No, I mean it is I think it's above Gunmetal Black. Just in terms of
no, I mean just like how
opinions.
short, how little.
Oh
it
yeah,
took.
because Gunmetal Black was 6 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, this song, I don't know how one man can be so talented and make such a great song in the span of 24 hours or less. It's probably less.
Yeah.
Like, jeez, man, that the second drop, so good, so like motivational and like triumphant. I really really like it. So the sound design is amazing. Like always, Grant's got the best sound design. Like probably hands down, I want to say. It's just it's so creative and
Yeah.
so cool, fun sounding. Love it.
All right. I'll go next because I have a number 2. But you pretty much said everything I wanted to say about the song. So
Yeah.
I'll instead compare this with another song, one that I had number 1 about a half year ago, and that was By Design by World. So that was a song by an artist that he'd made some good songs for me, he'd made some bad songs for me, he'd made some decent songs for me, but he'd never made that song that kind of put him on my proverbial map, where it was like, okay, this guy is really, really talented, and he makes some really cool stuff. And he had never made that song until By Design happened, and the exact same thing happened here with Grant Bowtie. He had made some songs I really like High Tide was really good, Constellations was really good. He made some decent songs. He made, I think Clockwork was one that I didn't really care for at all, but he never made that song that was like absolutely killer until Starship. And after hearing that, my opinion on Grant has completely changed. I now actively look forward to whatever he makes next.
Yep.
Definitely.
This is probably my least favorite track to come out of Grant since his change in alias, but for me it's still at number 10. I think I really respect Grant. I think that he's doing something really cool with Future Bass. He's making unique tracks in a genre where a lot of the Future Bass that's been coming out recently has been very monotone and very unimpressive for me. But I do like it. Grant is also becoming one of those artists where he's making like a signature sound. It's sort of like Flume in a way, where if you hear like a Flume song, you sort of can tell that it's him. And the same thing is sort of happening with Grant. Grant was my guess when the mystery track was still, when we still didn't know who the mystery track was by. But I think that this track is really respectable. I love what Grant's doing with Future Bass. I like how he's becoming, or he's like creating a signature sound for himself. I really respect his music. And even though this is my least favorite thing to come out of Grant, I'm still really excited to see what he has in store. And yeah.
I guess
All
I had it at number 3, and pretty much for all the similar reasons. Beautiful sound design. Originally, when it first came out, I wasn't actually that big of a fan of it. When they were like trying to tease it and all, and then like the day it came out, when I fully listened to the song, I just completely fell in love with it. It was an amazing song. So I guess that's it.
I'm sorry, I missed the number you had it at.
Oh, 3.
I had it at 3. I missed what number Aryn had it at, actually.
Oh, I have it at
10.
10. I'm
Okay,
surprised
so
I had it the
you're-
low. I thought I would have it like at least higher than one person, but you guys had it like 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you're the Grant guy too. I know you really liked the Light remix.
Yeah, that was
and,
fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I went score as well. 2, 3, 4, and 10. Not bad.
Yeah.
So we're all pretty consistent.
Right.
I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, the unbelievable release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Bass Nectar and Dirty Phonics on
Miami.
Monstercat. I'm just throwing that out there. That's ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah.
It is crazy to think
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, Bass Nectar is actually the first artist I really got into in electronic music, so it's a little surreal to have him on Monstercat. But it's Watch Out, featuring the Raga Twins by, like I said, Bass Nectar and Dirty Phonics. Six different sets of hands on this one. This is definitely a mega collab.
Yeah.
Cad, you can start us off with the unbelievable.
Okay, so I had it at number 7, and I don't know really else to say for it, but I really like how it started out. The first sort of like vocal integration right when the drop hits, and pretty much it's all really good. How sort of Rag Twins goes through during the drop, and drum step's really good with it as well. And yeah, I don't know what else to say for it.
All right. I'll go next because I have it at number 12. I didn't want to have it that low because it's really good. But I will say this is my third instance of an amazing vocal performance. It's not like the most talented thing ever, but like the Raga Twins are pretty much perfect for this in my opinion. They're like their contributions all throughout the song just make it better and create that atmosphere of like
definitely
this is some good shit basically. I mean that sounded totally incoherent, but like you know what I'm saying. Somebody out there knows what I mean. But the first drop is really cool. The second drop is amazing, the D&B. And basically, the way I see this is I'm not going to say much better because the song I'm referencing isn't bad, but it's not great. This is a better version of Bring the Madness by Pegboard Nerds and Excision. And, Mayor Ape shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar.
You got like
Drum
two
step,
big groups.
drum and bass.
Exactly.
Yeah, two big groups.
Good structure.
One of which or I guess in this case both are outside of Monstercat, but in that one of them was, and both are pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty similar to that.
Yeah.
But a lot better in my opinion.
It's fair to compare to that.
I really like this.
Right. I also actually really enjoy the song, despite it being it's at number 15 on my list, so it just makes the top half. I think it's a really cool track. I honestly had never heard Bass Nectar or Dirty Phonics. I haven't heard any of their stuff before this. But yeah, I really did enjoy it. I don't know why all these artists are doing like the incline and decline in the pitch in like their drops. It's like you know. Rootkid did it in Good to Go, and it's also here. I don't know why that's a thing now, but
it works. Yeah,
it does work. I do enjoy both of those songs. And yeah, it's good. It's not as good as the other 14 tracks that I put higher, but it's pretty good.
All right. So, Watch Out, I had it at 14, one spot higher than what Aryn had it at. And like you, John, I didn't want to have it this low just because it's like, it's the one super hyped up, mega release by a huge artist that I actually kind of liked. Like the last one was Saving Light, which I did like, but I think I don't like it as much as when it came out. And then before that, you had Alone, which was the downfall of fucking Monstercat, but not the downfall, but it's like it's really controversial. I mean, I had Alone considerably low, but this is pretty good, and I think it's gonna hold up for a while. And definitely like D&B at the in the second drop, and drum step made a triumphant return, and it's pretty fucking great. Even if it is at 14, I still love it. So
yeah, we all had a top half.
Yeah.
And, I know we all had Starship top half. That might be the only other one though I want to say. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Yeah, and the Raga Twins, that like whatever, I don't know who was responsible for editing their vocals and vocal samples, and like how they were used in the song itself. It's like, oh man, it's so cool. Like I don't really know how to describe what I'm talking about, but maybe you know what I mean. But yeah, some really cool stuff. Yep. And I think I don't know if we had Waiting on Your Call all in number.
Yeah, we did.
Top half, but
we did or did
we might have had Neos in the top half too.
Oh,
I think Neos.
Yeah, we did.
Actually,
we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had lowest, and mine's is 14. So.
Right.
Okay. All right. Number 16. This is the median of the album.
Yeah.
We've got, and it's actually my median for the
Ooh.
cutoff between great songs and either good or decent or bad or whatever. It's Us Against the World by Darren Styles. I'll start off. Number 18 for me, which is not at all like it should be. It should be higher than that on a normal album. But this is the best hardcore song on the label since God, probably the pressure. Darren Styles, his first two releases on Monstercat were not so good in my opinion. His remix of that song that Stonebank did, The Only One.
The Only
and
One.
You mean Together?
And his collaboration with Gammer, I Feel Like This. This is a lot better. It's another song that does that thing that Aryn was talking about, where it kind of goes up and then it goes down.
Yeah.
Or actually, I guess it goes down and then it goes up in this case, but I think that works really well for hardcore. And this is song number 4 with amazing vocals. David Spector is the man. He went uncredited. I honestly have no idea why, because he's the best part about this song. He does phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's just a really good happy hardcore song.
Yep.
Ethan?
Oh man, I had it at number 11, and even then, like, I still think this should be higher. But there were just 10 more songs that I liked a little bit more. But yeah, as for Us Against the World, you said David Spector was the vocalist. I didn't know that until you just said it. But
yeah.
I want to shake that man's hand, because he has, like, this is just an amazing vocal performance. I can't decide if I prefer Waiting on Your Call or this in terms of vocals, but like they're both so great. And I did like the production a lot too. It's like I'm really getting into the hard dance scene, like, even if it, like, that goes for hard style, happy hardcore, anything. Like, hell, I love This and This Time. I said This and This Time. That sounds dumb. I love This Time and Us Against the World. Both, like, they're both so good. But
Right.
yeah, 11. I still think it should be higher, but it can't.
All right. So, Us Against the World is my number 1. I think that. Yeah, I really like it. It's just an incredible track, dude. I think that for the vocal performance is probably the best vocals in any happy hardcore track or any hard dance track on Monstercat, except for the Technician Nelia remix, obviously.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can agree with you there.
Incredible vocal performance. I really like the melody. Just an absolutely insane track for me. This is one, like, when a track is really good, like, I have to buy it before the album is actually released, and I barely ever do that. Usually I just wait until the album comes out before I buy it. But this is probably the only track that I've actually bought before the album, because I had to, like, be able to listen to it, you know? And it's probably the only happy hardcore track that's been able to beat The Pressure by Stonebank since that was released. So yeah, that's my number 1.
Nice.
Okay, so I'll go off of that, and I have it at number 2.
Yeah.
So, sort of the same. I just really, really love the vocals. This makes it for, I think, my 3rd favorite song on Happy Hardcore. And I wasn't a huge fan of the Darren Styles part. The drop isn't, like, way up there when it comes to Happy Hardcore drops, but I still like the vocals really are what puts it up there. And yeah.
Alright. Golly, I feel bad that I have it so low.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it is
like
really
I said,
good.
it's the cutoff. It's the cutoff. The difference between this and my number 19, which we haven't gotten to yet, is like there's a very big difference. I'll just throw it out there. Significant, yeah. Like, I can't find much bad to talk about this song at all, and the fact that it's number 18 kind of saddens me.
Right.
Next song, Spectrum by Muzzy. The pre-order that ended up getting on the album, and
Thank God.
Aryn, you can start.
Spectrum is my number 5. It's just really cool. This is a really cool track. It features those vocals from Voitions and Anna Yvette. Both of their vocals work really well here. Again, it's a duet of vocalists. I can really respect that. And Muzzy pulled it off very well. I think Muzzy did 3 vocal duets on this EP, which is very impressive. I respect that a lot. But I just love how atmospheric this track starts out as. It's very different from anything that Muzzy has made recently. That's definitely a good thing for me. I have never really been the biggest fan of Muzzy. Obviously, he makes really good drum and bass, but I've never been the biggest fan. But this had to be at number 5 just because of how grand and how long and how just it really does a good job at taking its time to just build up and be just that really good drum and bass song that, you know, I haven't really heard. Especially because, in my opinion, drum and bass is becoming really monotone, and I think that this track is really a good breath of fresh air because the rest of this EP, except for maybe Outsiders, I thought was pretty average, and I think that Spectrum did a really good job at distancing itself from the rest of the drum and bass that's been coming out recently. It's especially like a lot better than his Deep in the Night remix, which was really just sort of painful for me, even though it was my favorite on the package. But yeah, Spectrum, just fantastic track, number 5.
All right.
Okay.
Somebody else go.
I'll go, I guess.
Yeah, somebody else go.
So I have it at number 10, and this actually comes as my, I think, second favorite Muzzy song. I just really love Muzzy epics, like Spectrum, Deep in the Night, Children of Hell. Wait, not Deep in Draining Atlantic. There we go.
Yeah.
And yeah, those songs really are like some of my favorite when it comes to Muzzy, even though I'm not like a huge fan of like Muzzy songs in general, but its epics are really like stand out to me. And so yeah, this comes as a really good one. The vocals really work with the song, and yeah. Not much else I can say about that.
Ethan?
If I assume, you know, this is gonna be on that top vocal performances list.
It is. It's the number 5 one on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize Anna Yvette was on this as well, but that's very interesting.
She does backing vocals.
Yeah. I kind of assume. All right. So where did I have this? 8. Spectrum was at 8. I love how, you know, he uses strings and sort of, you know, acoustic instruments and such in the build up, and I should talk about the 4 on the floor beat that I was a little skeptical about. I'm sure I know I'm stealing that page out of your book, but
No, you're good.
I was the same way, where I was like, first listen was like, this is different. I don't know if I can get into this, but as I kept listening, it's like I can get used to this, and then I really like the production. It's really good, and then even the music video to accompany it, it's like it tells a nice story. It's really cool, and then by the end, wow, it's like you just listen to a masterpiece. So it's so good overall. 8. Okay.
So this is my number 1. No surprise.
Yeah.
It's it did take a few listens. There's some of the other Muzzy songs that I love didn't take as long to like, but this one, like you said, the 4 on the floor beat's a little weird, but I think like after re-listening, I think it fits better than like your standard D&B beat for what Muzzy was going for here. Voitions does a hell of a job. Voitions, I'm glad to see his voice on Monstercat because he's. I liken him to basically being the back when Eden was the Eden Project. Voitions is kind of like the spiritual successor to the Eden project, except like in Liquid D&B mostly. Whereas he's like I don't know if it's a he or a group, but whatever the case, like they're really good vocalist producers. He did a song with Muzzy. I think it's called Back to You. He did a song with Maduke that was really cool too, and just like overall, really talented dude. And glad to see him on Monstercat, even if he's uncredited. The actual song itself, the first 2 minutes of intro before the song starts proper is amazing. The vocal section is amazing. The build up is amazing. drop is amazing. I'm glad there's only one drop. I like when songs do that because it keeps it more fresh on next listen. And this is the longest song on the compilation by about 2 minutes. So
Yeah.
this is not 16, which had songs like Renzo Kukin and Endgame and Canvas that were like all over 6 minutes. I'm probably forgetting a few, like the damn
Pedro
Chris
Claxton
Ramos
is
song.
Yeah.
But Buzzkill is another one. Yeah, this is not that compilation, but this is a long one. But yeah, number one. That shouldn't come as any surprise to anybody.
Nope.
Moving on, Bubble Beam by Nanabee. So let's get happy. That's what Nanabee does.
Yeah.
Gabe is in the call, so just careful what you say, guys.
Yeah.
Meister Gabe the Third is typing.
So,
All right.
Ethani, you can start this one.
I don't think I should, just because of where I have it.
All right, I guess it's safe
Bad
for me to
vibes.
start.
All right, so I had it at 26, but like, gosh, I'll talk about what I like about it. It's 3/4 happy hardcore, which I think is really cool, and it's Nanabee with with his usual sounds. It's cool. I like it more than Chipland, but like even if this is at 26, like this is a really really good album in my opinion. So I definitely don't dislike the song. I think it's got different cool elements, like having it be 3/4, like I said. It's I think it's cool and unique and something different, which is always nice. So yeah,
I'll piggyback off of you because I have it at number 23. Pretty similar feelings. I don't understand everybody saying this is generic Nanabee. Like Chipland was generic Nanabee in my opinion.
Right.
I liked the song, but it wasn't doing anything that he hasn't done before. This is the opposite, where there's parts of the song I don't like much like Ethani said. Like that lead, I don't know how much I like it, but the time sig is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the build up a lot too. It's really happy. I don't know if it's hardcore or if it's hands up. I still haven't made up my mind. It's a bit quick to be hands up, but I don't know. Maybe it is.
It's like slightly slower than your average happy hardcore tempo, but just barely.
But it's I don't love the song, but I respect this song, which is not really something I could say about Chipland.
Right.
Maybe in a few months I'll like this more or less, but I'll definitely keep listening to it because there's something new every time. I just don't like the cover art. That's all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kad?
Oh boy. So I kind of go as a bit of an opposite. I have it at number 8, and so it's not. I'd have to compare this to Chipland, which was actually my number 1 of 030, which kind of goes a bit
I think
off
Wacky
of what
also
you
had
people
that at
said.
number
Yeah,
1.
I was just about to say that because Wacky has it high as well, but I really didn't think this song held up to what. I just didn't like it as much as Chipland, but it's still like an okay as a Nanabee. I'm still a pretty big fan of what Nanabee produces and all that, so I don't know what else to say about it.
Aryn.
All right. I'm gonna go with Cat here. I put it at number 7. I think that this is a lot. I think that this is a lot better than Chipland. This is really cool, and different for Nanabee. I think this is better than anything off of his newest EP. I don't know if you guys have heard it, but basically my thoughts on that EP is that it was all pretty much the same as the stuff that Nanabee had been putting out for the past like 5 years. If Nanabee was even producing for that long, I don't know. But like his whole discography, that EP was pretty much that, and it was really nice for me to see Bubble Beam because it is quite different, and it's not like a whole new genre or anything. But I think it definitely sets itself apart from Nanobee's past discography. Really cool melody, just overall a really cool sound to it, and yeah, I really enjoy this track.
All right, definitely 2 extremes on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. I actually don't know what people are going to say about this, but this is a unique track for me, at least based on how I think about it and how I thought about it. We got Borneo by Aerocord and Wolfgang Gartner, his first song on Monstercat, which is also surreal because he was another artist I listened to a bit when I first got into it, electronic music, that is. But yeah, Kad, start us off with this one. I know how much you like trap.
Yeah, actually, it's my highest of the trap songs on this label, but I have it at 22, and it's actually like compared. I like it more than Resistance, and
Whoa.
I don't know what else to say. It's I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do because it's sort of like, I guess you can say, jungle terror, and it's usually something I wouldn't extremely like, but I've kind of come around to it just a bit. So yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
So, I have it at number 16. So it's right in the... No, I'm sorry. I have it at 17. I didn't like it when it first came out because I was expecting Resistance. A friend of mine, his name is Jack, he goes by Methan in my comments, but
Oh, yeah.
he likened this to being the Be Free of Jungle Terror, basically, where it's just like it's not as hard as I would like it to be. And I definitely agree with that. But upon further re-listens of it, I'm not huge in the jungle terror scene, but that beat pattern is really cool. I reckon, like that dong 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 dong. Like I really like that. I don't know. It's catchy as hell to me, and it's risen for me a lot since it was definitely lower than Home when it first came out. Now it's like 10 spots higher. But yeah, I'd like to hear more from Wolfgang Gartner on the Monstercat, and I like this new direction Aerocords going in. I'm interested to see what he does next.
I will definitely go next because I have a lot of similar opinions. First being, I also had it at 17. Next being, I didn't like it when it came out that much because I definitely compared it to Resistance, and I'm like, this is a lot like it, seeing as it's similar tempo, basically the same genre, even though it's labeled electronic for God knows why. Going quantum. So, I mean, and it's Wolfgang Gartner too, which is another really big artist. It's getting on a feature with probably or definitely one of the artists that has an extremely popular song on the label. So this is a cool one. I've definitely it's definitely grown on me, especially when I listen to it in the car and have my bass turned all the way up, and it's like it's really cool. So at 17, I like it. It's I like it a lot, but there's still plenty of songs that beat it, but like this is probably a song that's still gonna get higher on my list as it goes on, but for the time being, it is 17.
Alright, so for me, this is like a mix of... Borneo is just like two of my least favorite genres. Anything jungle for me is just not compatible with my ears for some reason. So I have Borneo at number 30. It's really... I mean, I think that this time is really the only track that I actively hate, or that I actively don't like. I don't hate it, but I just don't like it. Borneo, I really plan on never listening to it again because it's not interesting to me. There's really no melody to it, in my opinion. I kind of have the same thoughts on Borneo as what you guys said about swapping things. It's really just boring to me. It doesn't have a melody. There's nothing really going for it, in my opinion. Just two of my least favorite genres in EDM, and it's not bad. I don't dislike it, but I plan on never listening to it again.
Wait, so where did you have it?
30.
Okay. We haven't gotten to your number 31 yet, have we?
Mine?
It was this time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's this time.
Oh yeah, that was yours. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
right.
think we've gotten Cad's.
Nope,
31.
you haven't.
Have we
Not
gotten
yet.
to yours, Ethan?
Oh yes. I
Shit,
think.
what was
actually.
it? No, I don't think we have yet.
Yeah,
no,
it was
we
swapping
haven't.
things.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Swapping
swapping?
things.
Oh,
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
it was.
something
It was.
different.
Yeah, because you mentioned you had
Right.
one in 31 already. You had.
Oh yeah, or I was
thought-
early on.
Yeah, I forgot. I thought it was another song that we haven't.
I haven't got my bombs free yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, we've got my number 1 and number 31. Anyway, is that? We all talked about Borneo, right?
Yep.
All right. I get to start off with another song I don't like. We got Bollywood Stunner by Reach.
Hey.
The preview for Reach's next song is out. Arrows on the podcast. It's going to be the first song on Uncaged Volume 2, and I like it significantly more than this. So this is my number 30. It is Trap and Moombahton. And, well, the trap sections aren't bad. It's got this like screechy lead to it that I don't like. But it's not horrible. The Moombahton sections really disappointed me because I was expecting some really cool stuff. The last Trap Moombahton song on Monstercat was Nemesis, which it's well documented that I really liked that song. But the main snare and the Moombahton section, it's just not my. I don't like it. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. The rest of the song is, it's the Indian influence is really cool. It's the first song to do that on Monstercat since it's in Bangalore, which is pretty neat. But it's not enough to save the song from being in the like damn near number 30. It would have been number 30. It would have been last place on pretty much any other album, and that's been released in the last 2 or 3 years. But thanks, Keizo.
Wait, so what was your number for it?
30.
30.
Oh, 30. All right. So,
Yeah.
I have it at 29. I also have a very similar opinion to you,
Sorry,
Redhawk.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Jumo Daddy all over again.
I think I agree with you, Redhawk, that the best thing that this song has is its theming. Like, the Indian theming is pretty prevalent. I think it's really cool. The lead I can't stand, pretty much. The rest of it is pretty forgettable to me. Just not that great of a track. There's nothing that really impresses me, except for really the theming, and that's probably what saved it from being worse than Borneo, or that's what saved it from being number 30 or even number 31. But yeah, cool theming, but otherwise not really my thing.
Okay.
Before I talk about my opinions on it, I want to see where Cad stands again. Much like, this time, I would like
Well,
to
let's see, because this will be my number 31.
Oh.
And, and I'm gonna
29,
make a
31.
very controversial opinion on this that I'm probably gonna get some hate for. But I'm gonna say
Ethan
controversially, this may be my least favorite song on the label.
Wow.
I just
Yeah.
don't like it. I don't really say anything I like about it. It's screechy, which is something I really despise, pretty much. Unless
Yeah.
it's done good, but yeah, I just don't.
All right, time for me to defend myself again, defend my honor. Let's see. Much like This Time by Keizo, this is another top 10 song. Very guilty pleasure, very, very, very much so. So number 10, Bollywood Stunner. First heard it on. Of course, I was in my car, listening to the podcast. Gotta turn it up, man. Like, you guys probably can't relate, but damn, this is something I shouldn't like, but God, I really do. And I'll talk about another Reach song that I've heard since finding out about him. It's called Give It Up, Givitup.
Yeah.
Zirkum, my friend Zirkum, my good number one fan Zirkum, told Dylan, D-Money for you, and then he told me, and I am in love with this song. Like, Give It Up by Reach, and I think it's better than Bollywood Stunner. You guys won't agree, like, you probably think it's all bad, but that's fine. You guys have your onions.
The
Well, they can't get worse.
Yes, it's got those sphere vocals. But anyway, back to Bollywood Stunner. This is, like, great cover art, too. I gotta say, great cover art. It's really cool. But this is some, like, really experimental, like, glitchy stuff that I guess I just have a thing for. It's like, oh man, I'm so happy that we got a preview of more Reach. just because I'm like, I really hope he continues with this style. Like, for me anyway, this is just something I can really get into. So cool. Yep, defending my honor.
Alright.
Number 10. You all had it 29, 30, and 31.
Yeah.
Let's just ignore the fact that he's factually incorrect with his opinion and
Onion.
move on.
With his
Yeah,
onion.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Gonna defend my onion.
Yeah. Move That Body by Pegboard Nerds and Quiet Disorder.
Yeah.
You get to start off this one, Aryn.
Alright, so I probably have this the highest out of any of you guys. I have it at number 6. I don't know, man. This is a really cool track to me. The drop is really cool. I am becoming more of a fan of bass house as I listen to it. Just the vocals I think are really cool. The only thing I really don't like about this is the cover art. I don't really like the cover art, but this is a really cool track, really cool drop. I didn't really like Go Berserk, which is the other Pegboard Nerds and Quiet Disorder collab that they did on the Nerds by Nature EP. I wasn't as big of a fan of that as most people were, but I am more of a fan of Move That Body than most other people have been. So yeah, that's my number 6.
Ethan, do you agree with Aryn?
No.
Aw.
not as much. I mean, I like the song, I'll be honest. It's cool. It's in my range where it's one of those songs where I like. It's near the back though, so 21. I don't like it as much as Go Berserk. Yeah.
Right. That's
but
how most people feel.
yeah, I'm surprised though, because I know Go Berserk was pretty controversial, at least for MC reviews anyway, because I was there when they talked about that. But anyway, Move That Body, the cover art is not good, and
Yeah. We can agree on that.
don't like the cover art. Production though is really cool. Like that first drop, it's got like a 3/4 type signature feel, and then it's like it has like a few beats, and then it's like a short pause, and then it goes back, and I think that's a really cool thing. And then I think it's got a cool trap section too, which is really nice. So 21, I like it.
Okay. Kad?
So, Bollywood Stunner was my 31. This is my 30. So,
Ooh.
only went up from one spot. There's one thing I have to say about it is that when it comes to PBN songs, there's just, it's going to be better if you listen to it live. Or like on set. Because, and I feel like this goes right in with it, where if you're just listening to it like at home or something, it's not going to sound quite as good. And that kind of goes for me, and yeah, kind of why I don't like it as much. Yeah.
The hell was that?
I have no
I heard a
clue.
noise.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. I have it at number 29.
Come on, guys.
Before this song, there's only one original, like, not remixed bass house song on the label that I didn't really like. That one being Strung Out by Rootkit. And this is number 2. Because, I don't know, Pegboard Nerds have made some really good bass house. I really liked both Get On Up and Heartbit. Heartbit I thought was their best song all of last year. But this, it's a little screechy for me. There are cool parts. The trap part is kind of cool. The beginning of the second drop is really cool. But the vocals I don't like at all. I don't like that super high pitched. I didn't like it in Voodoo. I didn't like it here. And the main lead in the drop is I'm not a huge fan of. So it's not a horrible song, but it's kind of continuing my opinion on the Pegboard Nerds not being as good as they once were. Which I know is probably annoying to people who disagree with that, but it's not just a dubstep problem, apparently. It's just Pegboard Nerds making songs that aren't for me problem.
Yep.
So, whatever. Let's be more positive. So, this is a song I imagine we're all going to have pretty high. I know 3 of us have it very high. By the way, we're in the last 10 songs, and
Final
I would
stretch.
say I really like 8 of these 10 songs, and the other 2 are pretty good too. All of these are in my top 20. So the first one,
Wow.
it's the single, the only YouTube release from the Illuminate EP by Dumu. It is Illuminate featuring Slyleaf.
Yes.
Who, yeah, this is my number 6 song with amazing vocals on this compilation album. It's some sort of chill out, and Ethan can start us off.
All right, so I've got this song at number 2 overall.
Hey.
Yeah. I was like, this is probably something else I don't usually like, just because it doesn't have a like a drop technically. I guess it kind of does, but it's like it's very relaxed and chilled, which is kind of what I guess Dumu goes for, I guess, in most of the songs. Yeah, but like this isn't the kind of guilty pleasure stuff that that Bollywood Sona and This Time are, obviously, but this is a different kind of guilty pleasure where it's a very nice, like, it's not a guilty pleasure. It's like, if you guys know what I mean, like, I can't word it.
It's something you wouldn't otherwise listen to that you got introduced to and you really like.
Yeah,
basically.
it's like
Okay.
it's very nice, beautiful vocals by Slyleaf, and just a nice story. Like, especially with the little vocal samples in after the first in quotations drop.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And then the acoustic guitar. It's all wonderful stuff. I love it, man.
Wonderful stuff.
It's
All right,
great.
Kad? Oh, all right. I'll go next. I have it number 7. It was number 2 for a very, very, very long time, and I'm disappointed that's not anymore number 2. But there were a couple songs that came out near the end, 3 of them specifically that went ahead of it. Spectrum came out, which went ahead of it, and it also got passed up by Everything Black. But this song, vocals are really nice. Slyleaf is a very good vocalist. Glad to see her on Monstercat. Dumu's production is great. That little mid section in between the first vocal section and the second vocal section, where it's just got the acoustic guitar and that like almost island type percussion. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. That section is just pure bliss for me. Absolutely beautiful stuff. And overall, I just really like this song. Kad, are you there? All right, Aryn.
All right.
Your turn.
So I have this at number 14. I think that I would have much preferred if some of the other tracks on the EP got the release, like Recovery or For Her.
Oh my god, Recovery is so good.
Yeah, I think if one of those were to be the upload instead of Illuminate, it probably would have been top 5 maybe material. But I'm still happy that Illuminate was the upload. It's probably the most community friendly track on the EP because it's got the vocals and it's just more traditional to what we see on Monstercat, because we don't see that much chill out on Monstercat really. But the whole EP was beautiful. Illuminate was my 3rd favorite track, but it's still really good. Vocals are beautiful. You guys pretty much summed it up. I don't really like it as much as you guys do, but I like it for the same reasons that you guys like it, but I don't really like it as much for those reasons, if that makes any sense,
So wait, what spot did you have it at, sorry?
14.
Oh, okay.
So, going off just looking at the week that this came out, it was Bollywood Sona, Move That Body, and then Illuminate. So I had those at 31, 30, and then 1. So Illuminate was my favorite. So really balanced it out there. My bottom 2 and then my top. So
That's great.
Yeah.
So pretty much I can say that this is probably one of my favorite EPs off the label.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
yeah, so if they had used I'm gonna probably say, just going off of what the EP is, that if Recovery is probably one of my favorite songs that will come out this year. I don't even know if it will be tops. But Illuminate was a really good song. The Slyleaf vocals were amazing. The song sort of keeps the emotion going throughout it, and yeah, not much else to say, but I really, really love this. song and EP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Number 1. So we've gotten all of our number 1s now.
Yeah.
I think so.
So on to the most controversial song on the label according to the like-dislike ratio.
Yep.
We got Boom by Ricci.
Boom,
With
boom.
that Salad Fingers 2.0 music video.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Kad, you get to start us off with this one after waxing poetic about Illuminate.
Yep.
Talk about
Okay.
this.
So, I actually have it at 19, which is kind of surprising for me because it's a song that, if you think that the more I think about it, theoretically, I shouldn't like the song, but I somewhat do. I don't think it's like extremely bad. And I can't exactly explain why. I just don't hate it. So.
Okay, I'll piggyback off of you. It is my number 16. It's the most controversial song on the label, and I have it smack in the middle. That's pretty typical of my opinions. But it's not the most. I don't want to say original because it's not original. It's not like super generic. But it's not the most complicated piece of music ever. It's just a really cool beat, some sick bass, and some vocals that I honestly really like. I think it goes well. It's not number 7 on the vocals list by any means, but it's good. It's good. It works. When I heard the preview, I was like, "What the hell are these vocals? They're like so off key." But like after hearing the song, it makes a lot more sense. That little section after the drop, it's kind of like where the bit in Chardonnay that I really like, the
little side chaining
bit.
Yeah.
It's where that is, but in this case, it's just like a really spooky. It's too spoopy for me. That like horror bit, and I really like that. That part. Aryn?
Boom is my number 13. So I pretty much have the same opinions. It's close to the middle, but I don't know. I enjoy it. It's definitely very interesting. I actually really enjoy the music video for some reason. I think it's cool. And the fact that the vocals in the drop are a little bit offbeat, like when I don't know who the vocalist is, but like the whole mash up the place, make it boom during the drop, it's sort of like offbeat a little bit, and I think that's really cool. It sort of happens in This Feeling by Noise Storm, where the beat is a little bit off, and I think that creates a really cool effect. But again, it's not really amazing. It's not really. I understand why it's controversial, and I understand why a lot of people don't like it. But it's good, I think.
Okay.
All right, so
Ethan.
I did not think I'd have Boom the lowest, and I hate to have it the lowest because I actually like it, but it's at 22, and it's oh god, I am upset that I have it the lowest. Wow. Ignoring the music video, I guess the only flaw is that it's 5 minutes, and it's a little like it's over 5 minutes. Sorry, and it gets a little repetitive, but like you said about the that spooky sort of melody that comes in halfway through the drop, so very cool. It's a nice little aspect, and the cover art too is like it's got like a jack-o'-lantern and something. I don't know why. Like I'm not gonna ask why, but
because like boom, like boo. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe. That's kind of a shot in the dark, but like maybe, you know.
Maybe. Who knows? Man.
Oh, I get shot in the dark because jack-o'-lantern.
But anyway, this is a good song. It's Jack in House. Like I dig that kind of stuff. It's bass heavy,
cool BPM.
Pretty cool. Yeah. Slightly lower than your average house BPM, and it gives a good feel. So Boom at 22, I don't dislike it. It's barely in that range. Like 23 was my cut where I'm like, these are all good. And then 1 obviously is absolutely amazing, but 22, good stuff.
I think we all had this like 3 apart from each other, right? 13, 16, 19, 22. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, none of us hate it. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
I don't understand all the hate for this song.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Right.
Alright. from that to Future Bass, it's After Dark by Mern featuring, what's her name?
Aviola.
Aviola.
That's her name. I wanted to say Aviana, but that was that was the singer in Home.
And Faith.
Yeah. Oh god, that's such a good song. But is it my turn to start? Yeah, it is my turn to start. So I don't know how controversial this opinion will be, but I don't care for this song. It's my number 19, but it's at that cutoff. Remember when I said Us Against the World was at 18 and I have nothing bad to say about it? This is at number 19, and I have quite a few gripes with it.
Oh.
It's not number 7 on the fantastic vocals, but I do like the vocals from Aviola. They kind of remind me of Elena Baraz, which with like that kind of jazzy tinge to
totally.
it. And that's cool. The drop is cool as well. I don't know how much I love the lead for it, but it's interesting and it's short, which I'm a fan of those like short bursts of drop. That's why I like Casper so much.
Yeah.
And then the entire thing repeats, and I'm like, come on. Just little changes to the second drop would have been fine, or different lyrics or something.
Some, like, in the latter half of the
there's
second drop. Like,
I guess there's that's true.
a few.
But like, I'm talking like good to go changes where like, just small changes that varied up enough. And this song doesn't have that, and because of that, it's another future-based song that I think could have been a lot better than it was. And there haven't been many of those recently. There was a lot in like early 2015 that were like that to me. Like Restart by Subtact is kind of my prime example where like sorry Aryn, by the way, but where it's like it's good, I don't deny that, but at the same time it really could have been better. There's some things that could have been changed that would have probably jumped the song up like 10 spots, but they aren't there, and so I think it's a decent song. Not bad, not good, just decent.
Yeah.
Aryn, you can go next because it's future bass.
Yeah, it is future bass, but this track is my number 22. I also don't care for this song very much. I have a similar opinion to this song as I have about Chardonnay. It's really nothing special to me. I had never heard of Mern previously, and I don't know. I'm not really very excited to hear more because it's just not really anything special to me. I know it's future bass, so obviously it sounds pretty good to me. It's like it's easy on the ears, and obviously the vocals are somewhat good, but similarly to Chardonnay, for like my standards for future bass are kind of high, because I listen to so much of it. So when a future bass song comes out that's like not so good, it's sort of hard for me to enjoy it, and it's that's why it's hard for me to put this in even the top 20, because it's just really not that special to me.
I remember seeing your month review and seeing that you didn't like it. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I remember you saying the exact same thing about Mern, and then I completely forgot about that until just now, and I remembered it because what you said about Mern. But I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the next song would be better. I'm not sure.
Right. It'll. I mean.
You can go next.
Yeah.
After Aryn finishes up his thought, I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. I just said that it's cool. Hopefully, Mern, like, basically all I want to say is that I hope Mern like sort of brings something that's decent. You know, that's really all I had to say.
All right.
Well, speaking of decent, I think he definitely brought that here. He production-wise, like, this is I think this is good stuff. Like, I love what he does with the melody and the drop. It's kind of, it's a little all over the place, but I kind of dig that. But the only thing that could have been better, I guess, is the vocals. Like, the lyrics themselves, whoever wrote them, I thought they were fine. Just the vocal performance wasn't as great compared to the rest of the album. Like, I say the rest of, but like, because there were a lot of great vocal performances on this album, as we all know. But with that said, I still have this at number 12. Like, this is future bass is my favorite genre.
Same
and
here.
This is definitely a good part of that. So I think production. I'll repeat myself because I don't know what else to say about it. This is really good. I think this is great stuff, and I hope to hear more. Yeah.
All right, Kad.
So I had After Dark at number 6.
Nice.
It's kind of funny because the what was it? The drop's a bit screechy, which, as I mentioned with Bollywood Slum, is something I usually despise. But if it's done well, if it's done in a way I can like, I'll still like it. And that's the case with the song. I think the vocals are good as well. And yeah, I don't know what else to say besides I want some more.
All right, so After Dark.
We just hit our 2-hour mark on this recording.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let's keep it rolling.
Coming for you, Pete. We've only got a few more songs. We got 7 more.
Yeah, dude. Let's keep going.
Next up is Want You by Orbiter, the debut by the duo of Stephen Walking and 7 Minutes Dead.
Yeah.
It's synthwave, and you can start this one, Aryn.
Alright, so I have a pretty controversial opinion about this track. I have it at number 25. It's really nothing. Again, it's similar to After Dark for me. It's really just not anything special. I was never really a fan of 7 Minutes Dead. I liked some of Stephen Walking's songs, but again, not really the biggest fan of Stephen Walking either. A lot of people said that their styles meshed together well, but I guess I can agree, but I don't really hear a lot of Stephen Walking in this track. I feel like he usually produces something that's a lot more like zany and a lot more, I guess, fun to listen to.
Yeah.
And this is not that. But yeah, it really just didn't meet my expectations. I can understand why so many people like it, but it's just not really for me.
Sorry, I missed what spot you had it at.
25.
Oh wow.
That's a controversial opinion, all right.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Kad?
So I had it at number 11, and that to say that the sort of collab alias, something I'm definitely gonna like. More on as more comes out. I think they said there's an EP coming out for Orbiter, which is something I definitely want to listen to when that comes out. And yeah, I really see Want You as just sort of more like a teaser as to what their style's gonna be like.
Yeah.
And
maybe.
Yeah, like what's to come. And yeah, I still like it. So yep.
I have it at number 6. Maybe I overranked it. I don't know. Because I could definitely see Illuminate or Neos or the number 8 that we have not gotten to yet being above it. But I like the vocals. I don't know if Stephen Walking has ever used vocals like this, but it sounds like what I would think a vocalist in a Stephen Walking song would sound like.
Yeah.
And I would like that. I like how the drop is kind of chilled out, and then it gets a little bit more spacey. It kind of gives me a glimpse of both artists. And Aryn, I have to disagree with you on the whole no Stephen Walking. I feel like both artists have really.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I think
both
most
artists
people
did a lot.
Most people would disagree with me. So yeah.
Yeah.
And I see where you're coming from.
Like I can hear significant influence from both. It's not like Tomorrow, it's direct and Feege, but it sounds a lot more like a direct song than a Feege song, and that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
But like this one, I hear pretty equal parts of both, and I love it when collaborations sound like that. We'll get to another one that's like that at the very end.
Oh
but,
yeah.
Oh boy.
This one, I really like it. And Ethan.
I'm kind of in the middle, like between both of you. I don't necessarily hear only Stephen Walking, or in pretty equal balance, but I can hear elements of both artists. But I think it's a little bit more Stephen Walking influence. However, I do think Orbiter is going to be a great thing, and I think both artists complement each other well. And their debut song "Want You" I have at number 13, and
Okay.
I quite like the synthwave vibes, and just overall the feel is really cool, and the vocals are really great, and then the vocal chops in the drop are really cool. I just think they both did a great job here, and the was actually going on. I was on Instagram the other day. I forget if it was Stephen Walking or 7 Minutes Dead, but on one of their pages, there's like a video of a preview of this song, and it was from 2 years ago, and they were like, stuff in the works. So I'm like, whoa. Like, I don't even know if Orbiter was a thought then, or if one of them pitched
Apparently
the idea.
It was.
Yeah.
Apparently this has actually been in for a while.
Yeah.
I think it was Stephen Walken that said it's been in the mix for almost 2 years. But,
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
I wonder how they kept it a secret for that long, but
that is really
cool.
cool that they kept it a secret for so long. It was totally worth the surprise.
Yeah.
All right. On to the song number 26. I'll be interested to see if this goes the way I think it is, because this seems to be the song, at least in the list community, that's like most unanimously loved. Like, I think I've seen this in the top 5 more often than not. This is Levitate by Rootkit featuring Tyler Maurer.
Yeah.
I think the only person that doesn't like this song that I've seen is Corbin, because he doesn't like any Rootkit, basically, especially his house.
I feel like if Corbin could put everything at 31, he would.
Yeah. Ethan, you get to start us off here.
Well, speaking of top 5, it just barely makes it. Number 5, Levitate. I probably shouldn't compare it to Good to Go. That's the cheap way to do it. But I'll be cheap and say I don't like it quite as much as Good to Go. But however, I do think the vocals are a little bit better. I can get into them a little bit more, and I didn't think anything would ever be too glitchy for me. But it's I guess. The only I'm not gonna say flaw, but the only thing I think could have been done a little bit better would be some of the sound design in the drops. I can't quite get into it as much as I can Good to Go, but the way he uses pauses, I say he is in Rootkit, like the way Rootkit uses certain like silence bits and just pauses in between certain parts of the drops are really cool. When you said little changes earlier, he changes it up in terms of those pauses. In the second drop, they're a little bit differently spaced out. And then, even when that second drop starts to end, it like quickly goes back into a build-up and then plays that first drop again, which is really cool. So I haven't heard anything like that in any song, I don't think, so it's definitely really cool. I always love me some Rootkit. Deep House, even if this is like practically electro, but still really cool. Number 5.
Number 5. I have it top 5 as well. I have it number 3. My comparison to this is actually not Good to Go, but rather I would say it's more similar to Strung Out.
Oh yeah.
But way better. Yeah. It's got a glitchy. I'm definitely in the minority on my Strung Out opinion, but I'm in the majority here. I can definitely hear influences from that, and this is my number 8 song with a fantastic vocal performance. Tyler Maurer, once again, he killed it in Good to Go.
Yeah.
I don't like the lyrics as much here, but I think he does a good job with it. Because my biggest criticism with both Strung Out and Concrete Jungle were the vocals from Peakeys. I don't think they fit well, but Tyler Maurer's pitched down vocals are like pretty much perfect for what Rootkit's going for. And I just really like this song. Kad?
Oh boy. So first start off, I probably say that over time I definitely see Levitate going up on my list from where it is now by a couple positions. But I have it at number 21. So yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah, it's controversial. I don't know what to say besides I'm not a huge fan of it. I do like I know it's kind of cheap to compare this to Good to Go, but I do like Good to Go just a bit more. I don't know why. I just don't like the glitchiness as much in Levitate, and I think the vocals are just a bit better in there. But yeah, I can definitely see myself moving it up though a bit more as time goes on.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna redeem myself a little bit from Want You. Levitate is my number 9. It's
okay.
I mean, like, obviously it's not as good as Good to Go, but I have to agree with what you said, I think, Ethan, about how stuttery or how, like, the pauses and the stutteriness that Rootkit uses in this track really works. I really like stutteriness, I really like glitchiness in music.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know why I like Good to Go more than this, because this is a lot more glitchy and a lot more stuttery than Good to Go. But I don't know. It might just be because there's no like cash in this one, but obviously Tyler Moore's vocals are great. I really have no reason for not liking this as much as some of the other tracks on here. Like, in concept, it should be like one of my favorites because just like the stutteriness, glitchiness, obviously it's some of my favorite aspects in EDM, so I don't really know why I had to put this lower than some of the other tracks, but yeah, it's my number 9. So still pretty good. Still very good, actually.
Okay. So that's Levitate. Next up is Sweet by Unlike Pluto featuring Mr. Blonde. And Cad, you get to start us off here.
Okay, so...
Oh, man. Gabe.
So I had it at number 17, and it kind of goes back to what Ethan said about Everything Black, is that it was kind of a repetitive song when it comes to the drop. How it's pretty much unchanged between the 3 drops it had, and the vocals are okay, the lyrics are sort of meh, I don't really know what's all about, but yeah, it's just nothing really extremely terrible about it, but nothing to make me put it higher.
Okay. I'll go next because I have a number 15, pretty similar to you. I really enjoyed this song though.
Yeah.
The reason for that is not like the actual instrumental performance isn't phenomenal. The lyrics, there's been a lot said about it. I don't hate them, but they're not great. This is my number 9 song though, with a really good vocal performance, because I think Mr. Blonde totally encapsulates. I totally butchered that. She totally, like, her voice totally works for what Unlike Pluto's going for here, which is that very like noir, like 50s 60s vibe, like kind of like the movie Pulp Fiction. Like, it definitely seems like something that would have been in the soundtrack for that. It's got the instrumentation for it, it's got the vocals for it, it's got the cover art for it, and I really like that. So that's why I like this song so much. Maybe if I wasn't as big of a fan of that, this would be lower, but for now it's number 15. It's solidly a good song in my opinion.
All right, so I guess I'll continue. I am not a fan of this. It is my number 27. But that's coming from me, who put Everything Black at 21. So, Everything Black is obviously a better track, in my opinion at least. I think the only thing that's really saving a lot of these songs from being like really low, like Sweet, Bollywood Stunna, and Borneo, really the only thing that's saving these tracks from being even lower is the theming of it. I think that the theming of Sweet, as you said, Redhawk, is pretty prevalent. I think that's a really good aspect of it. It really has that like 60s noir vibe, and that's cool. But again, I think Unlike Pluto is an artist who would be better appreciated elsewhere, because a lot of people don't like this, and I do acknowledge that it is a good track, but for me and for many other people, it's not really my thing. It's very vocal centric. Not a lot of emphasis placed on the instrumental, except for in the drop, obviously. But I don't know, just not really my thing. It's not bad, obviously, because it's not 31, but it's not great, you know?
Alright, well, let's see, where did I have it? I had it at, had Sweet at number 19, which was one place higher than Everything Black, which was at 20, but, when you say, Unlike Pluto would be appreciated better elsewhere, I might kind of have to disagree with you, just, I'm gonna back that up with Everything Black having the most views out of any song on this album.
Right.
And it was the 14th song. And I think a lot of people can get into his kind of music. Like, I know I can, even though he's got the repetitive drops that don't change at all. Like, I know both the songs on this album, Everything Black and Sweet, I think both had 3 drops that didn't change at all. But it's okay, just because I I like the drops as they are, and I definitely like the storyline of the song, like the way it's themed, like you guys said. It's definitely cool, something very different. And yeah, unlike Pluto's always got those really cool instrumentals, like very jazz influenced and that sort of feel. So yeah, definitely like it.
All right, that's sweet, pretty sweet. Yeah,
Pretty sweet.
Bass Drop by Zero Hero, the alias with Stonebank and Darren Styles. Controversial one, this one. It's
A little bit.
It's some sort of hardcore. I've heard psycore is as a thing. I'm not quite sure, but this is a song that a lot of people seem to dislike. I get to go first, though, and I get to say that I have it at number 20. I don't love it, but it's good, in my opinion. That bass is really cool, in my opinion. The beat, if it was like not hardcore, if it was maybe slower or like with a D&B beat or something, I think I'd like it more. But the off-drop parts of these aren't great. The drop it's probably my guilty pleasure of the album, I would say, where I can just enjoy listening to it. I'm not sure why. Yeah, Gabe is happy that I'm defending it because me and him seem to be the only people on the planet that enjoy this song.
Well, I can't wait to talk about it then.
Okay, Aryn?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this. It's my number 28. Really, the reason why I put this really low is because of how disappointing it was. Like, to see the fact that Stonebank and Darren Styles, who made probably my two favorite happy hardcore tracks of all time, The Pressure and Us Against the World, I was really excited for this, and it sort of just let me down. It's totally unlike what made those two songs really good. Like, what I think made The Pressure and Us Against the World so good for me are the vocals and the melody, and I feel like this track had neither of those, but it obviously, again, just like Sweet, it's not number 31, it's not bad, and I understand why people like it, and I also definitely understand why people dislike it, but again, not my thing.
Okay, I just want to clarify, I had it at number 21. I think that's the first time I've messed up, but I forgot that everything shifted back when Spectrum and Unity existed.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've messed up in my list too, because there was a few points early on where I had moved, like, I know Borneo I had moved up a little bit, but that was like a third of the way into the into the ranking. So I probably said a song at one number and then another song at the same number. So oh well.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, so Bass Drop, I had it at number 30. The only good part about the song, in my opinion, was the that trap bridge between the first drops. Like, it was shortly after the first drop. That part's definitely really cool, and you got that vocal sample that's like "whoo" in it. I think that's cool. I know, a nice imitation, right? Yeah, thanks.
It's pretty good. Not as good as the My Sugar Rush.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that was terrible.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I had to listen to it.
And then
It was a valiant effort.
second drop, you've got a nice switch to 3/4, which is always cool. I like some 3/4. There's a lot of cool switch ups in this album in terms of songs. Like, yeah, but still, this is 30. I don't like the primary drops, like that first drop. I'm just like, I was very underwhelmed, and this would be 31 if it weren't for that trap part in between. So yeah.
So, guess me next. So, I have it at 29. Another song that I really a fan
I
of.
know how it feels to be Ethan now. Jeez.
So, not much I could say besides there's nothing I really like about this song that I can really think of that's a plus about it. It's kind of underwhelming. I don't know what else to say. Not a fan.
All right, that's Bass Drop.
Yep.
Best name on the label. I mean, it describes the song. I won't deny that.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So, Crazy by Tokyo Machine.
Tokyo Monster.
Tokyo Monster.
Back at it again.
Yeah. All right, Aryn, you get to start off with this one,
Okay.
like you did with Blast.
So Crazy is probably one of the better Tokyo Machine releases in a while. It's my number 12. It's definitely not as good as OK or Party for me, but I think it's better than the rest. It's good. Again, I'm still figuring out whether I like Tokyo Machine or not because it's just there's like a lot of his music sounds the same, but then again, there's some that I like and then there's some that I don't like. So obviously, there's some stuff that's different about it. I think the Crazy actually is a little bit of a step apart from the rest of his past releases. It's still bass house. Obviously, it's still the 128 BPM. That every Tokyo Machine song is 128 BPM pretty much. But yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Okay. Ethan?
I think I'm gonna be the minority here. I prefer Blast a bit. Blast was at 18, so Crazy is just outside of the range where, outside of the range of songs that I think are all good / great / amazing. So Crazy at 24. I do like in this song how it goes from breaks and then to bass house and then to trap. And that switch from bass house to trap is just really cool, actually. Like this song could make a claim to get into those songs that I think are great. I think it actually you know what? This does make the cut actually. 24 through 1, I think are all great.
Hey.
So, yeah, but it does have its flaws though. Like the overall sound in the drop, I can't even begin to describe that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Just
I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
it's like it almost sounds like something Slushy would make.
Yeah.
I don't really know how else to put it, but that sound I don't think works wonders in this song. But yeah, this Crazy definitely has its highs and its lows. Like I do like the vocal chops too. Very nice. Always good stuff. But yeah, 24.
Okay.
I guess I'll go
Um,
next, or...
Yeah.
Okay, so I kind of go with Ethan here because I like Blast more than Crazy. And it's sort of apparently I'm in the minority here, but I have it at 27. I just really didn't like the drop at all. As you mentioned, the sound just really isn't something I like, and kind of reminds me more of like a PBN drop a little bit, where it goes into a different, like, I don't know what to call it, like right after. But yeah, I was a huge fan of it. It's only like, I probably only have it higher because it is, well, Tokyo Machine, and pretty much any other part of the song's pretty good. So yeah.
I have it at number 8. That was the highest out of us.
Yeah.
So it's not as good as OK or Fight. I think both of those are top 100 on the label pretty solidly. And it's like Fight and Pixel are both good songs that I don't love, and Crazy's kind of in the middle of those two. It's first of all that bass, that slap bass. I'm a fan of it a lot.
Sorry to interrupt you. Did you say OK and Fight were in top 100, and then I think you said Fight and Pixel you don't love?
Oh, I meant to say Party if I said Fight.
Oh, Party
Yeah.
and Pixel. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
We're fighting a Party Pixel.
Yeah.
Shout out to No.
Hey, No.
Yeah.
Good dude.
That was a good mashup.
But Pakel. But
Pickle.
I really liked Memory by Haywire, and this has that same sort of slap bass, and I really like that.
Oh yeah, the bass.
It's-
is good.
Yeah.
So Tokyo Machine was in a bit of a lull for me. Pixel I thought was good. Blast was okay. Didn't like fight as much or hype as much.
Well,
But
obviously.
I think he's. I was kind of wondering, like, all right, is he getting stale? But my faith in Tokyo Monster has been reaffirmed with this one. It's it's basically the right combination of being different while still retaining that Tokyo machine. It's not like he went out and did something completely new, like Muzzy did with Outsiders, for example. But at the same time, it's not copy paste from his first 6 songs either, which I appreciate a lot. And, because of that, it makes my top 10.
Cool.
So that's that. Number 30 song, we've got Andromeda by Mr. Fiji and Exist Strategy. We want to talk about long gaps in between appearances. Last time Exist Strategy made a song on Monstercat was 2013 with Voyager, one of the most underrated songs on Monstercat.
That Friends EP.
Agreed.
That entire EP is fantastic.
Yeah,
One of the best songs on the label.
Yeah, that's a crazy span. Even then, that was only an EP song. Still.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan, you get to start.
Andromeda. All right. This is just outside the top half. We got it at 16, and I think this is a great chill out song. Even though, like I said earlier, I am not an extremely huge fan of chill out, but I don't think I'll ever, love a chill out song. But then again, I do love Inevo, so I don't know what you'd call most of his stuff. Like, I don't know. But anyway, Andromeda. This is great. I love that cover art too. Oh man, that's so good. Definitely great vibes. Like in the quote unquote drop, it's like, God, I haven't even listened to this song too many times since it came out. But what else to say about Andromeda? It's got the same name as a Gorillaz song, which I like a lot. It's also kind of space themed with its art.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Mass Effect Andromeda, am I right?
Yeah, this song's really good though. It's smack in the middle. It's 15 more that I like though. So yeah.
Okay. Aryn?
I really like this. Andromeda is at number 4 for me. I really enjoy Mr. Fiji in general, which is probably why I didn't like Tomorrow as much, because that's more of a direct...
Yeah, it's more direct influence for sure.
Yeah. Really good vocal work, to be honest with you. Matt Van I'm really excited to see Matt Van on the label more often. Really good vocals here. I do really enjoy Chill Out. Mr. Fiji doesn't really disappoint very often for me. I did also enjoy Voyager. And I think Mr. Fiji and Exist Strategy had a song out recently called Drunkard, and I also enjoyed that. It's not on Monstercat obviously, but I enjoyed that one as well. So the two do make a very good pair. And yeah, number 4.
All right.
So I'll go next. I had it at number 5, so just one step down. And I just really like the song. I didn't think I'd like it more than Tomorrow, because Tomorrow had dual vocals, and that would be a lot better. But the more I listen to it, the more I really like how Fiji and Exit Strategy made the song, and as well as the vocals as well. And yeah, I just like the song, I guess.
I'll go last. I have it at number 5, very similar to you, Kad.
Yeah.
Well, the exact same as you, very similar to Aryn.
Mm-hmm.
This is very different from their other 2 collaborations. Their first one was Voyager on Monstercat. Very strange, interesting song for sure. Definitely very out there though. Their second one was Drunkard, which was very down tempo, very soft, I guess I would say. And this one's kind of different. This one's almost poppy. It's not pop, obviously,
Right.
but it's playing it pretty safe for Fiji. But I really like that because the vocals. This is number 10, the final one, in my fantastic vocals. I'm gonna have to do a top 10 of best vocals on Uncaged, because I have enough songs to be confident with all of them.
Yep.
But it's just such a good song to just listen to, and I don't know, Chill Out. I'm not good at describing it, but
Right.
it's just, it gives me that feeling that like the same. It's a different feeling from like Aphasia, but it's it gives me that same happiness, I guess, listening to it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Final track, Unity, Rogue, Stonebank, and Slips and Slurs. The three-way collaboration. I guess the first three-way collaboration where three have been, like, exactly three, because obviously there's the Break to Silence. I think it's the first one with 3 credited artists. I want to say since Air, but I'm probably wrong.
You might be right.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Fusion
Time to say
Troy.
goodbye.
Yeah, I was
And
about to say.
Trust in Me.
Pure Sunlight.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know.
Because I was thinking of all the way back to the end.
Pure Sunlight. What was it?
Oh, yeah, Pure Sunlight. Yeah, so there have been a few since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My apologies.
These 3 artists are huge and have each been around for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely very anthem-esque, like,
Yes.
when you put it that way.
So good.
Okay, so Kad, you get to start us off here.
Okay, so as I mentioned before, I'm not a huge fan of trap, so you can only imagine where this is gonna fall.
Oh no.
So yeah. From what I've heard, there's a lot of it's sort of 50-50 on people who like it and don't like it. And I fall in the 50 that don't, so I have it at number 24. I really think that I forget who said it. I think it might have been like Andrew or somebody who said it would have been really cool to see them do like a different sort of thing besides trap. Like maybe, I don't know what else it would be. But yeah,
I mean,
my future.
Okay.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say they've each made like trap, hybrid trap, and then dubstep too. So
Yeah.
that's another one they could have gone with. That would have been really cool.
So yeah, I would have liked to see them if they did like sort of like an FB or future bass or maybe like lock dubstep.
Future
Lock dubstep
bass.
would have been a really good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All
The
right.
one genre Stonebank has done. I guess he has done a few, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I also have Unity at number 24. I think that,
whoa.
it's really just, like, for a lot of times with me in particular, it takes me a while to sort of get into a song, and obviously this song, is pretty recent. So I might be able to rank it higher with a few more listens, but obviously it's not really, trap, not my favorite genre. I think I like the collab. I think that you can, like, all 3 artists being in one song, you can hear it, but again, trap, not really my thing.
Mm-hmm. Aiden?
Alright, let me see where I had Unity. I had Unity at a solid 9. I think... I wish I liked this song a little bit more than I do. I guess I could say that about any song. That's kind of a given, but... this has 3 very different drops to accompany the 3 artists that created it. And I think each drop has its own... strength and weakness. I guess I shouldn't say weakness, but I'm listening to the song right now as I'm trying to talk about it because I've only listened to it a few times. So 3 totally epic drops. I still haven't decided which one is my favorite. Probably the second or the third. And I sort of like that Moomba-esque part at the end of the third drop too. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's got like a halftime drum and bass kind of feel, which I guess would just be drum set, but the way it's layered is definitely really cool. And I'm totally glad that this is on the album. The surprise 31st song on Uncaged.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm happy with it.
I'm glad that it's not as simple as, alright, Rogue did the first drop, Stone.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like, there's actually mixing between the 3 styles, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's not something I was expecting.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by it. I also have it at number 10.
Oh.
Or, I'm not also, but I have it similar to
Yeah.
I have it at number 10. I looked it up. Last time there was 3 artists credited, like, actually as artists, that none of them sang in, like, not a vocal track.
Right.
Was actually Sweet by AU5 IFE.
Oh wow.
So
That
there you
song
go.
is top
Dropping
5
K-bombs.
all time, man, for me.
yeah, I know you're
So
a big fan
good.
of that one.
Yeah.
This one, it's pretty similar. I should like it more than I do, but I still really like it. It's I'll say this for the last time. It's bang material. So, I really don't have much more to say about this one either. It's just a really good one. You guys have pretty much said everything. Oh, I will say the off-drop, like, Rogue melodies, I guess. I don't know if it's just Rogue that made it, but it kind of reminds me of that. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
It's not just all about the drops in this song.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it.
Cool.
That's the 31
right
songs
back.
and
Yep.
Great.
our full opinions on them, our onions, if you will.
Yeah.
So, just as a whole, I guess we can kind of sum up how we thought about the album. It's weaker than 29 and 30 to me, not because of the songs at the top, but rather the songs at the bottom. I'm not a huge fan of. Specifically, that bottom 4 is 4 songs I don't particularly enjoy. And because of that, I'd say it's the weakest since 28. But that top half is pretty damn good, I would say.
Forever getting interrupted. Okay, I'm back.
All right, Aryn?
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of this album. Really, I'm only a fan of, like, the top 10 for me. I'm not gonna say which album it's, like, comparative to, because it's still, like, it's fresh. It just came out yesterday. Some of these songs I'm probably gonna like more in the future. But, like, probably Unity, I'm probably gonna like it more in the future. But, and I could say the same for the whole album. But, yeah, it didn't really kick off the whole new Uncaged thing very well, in my opinion. I think that the fact that they chose to go in a different, like, direction and stop doing number albums is cool. And, yeah, I really don't have much to say besides that.
All right, Ethan?
So are we just doing, like, thoughts on the album and
Yeah.
that
pretty
kind
much.
of thing? All right. I am kind of sort of just realizing within the past few days, it's like this might be one of my favorite albums, just based on how many songs I like, being the top 24 now, which is probably a record. Yeah, like I don't know where my number 1 would rank, that being Waiting on Your Call. I don't know where it would rank on my list of all times though, but like the top half is just so like solid with all the songs. It's just like, I think that alone could probably cement this album for me. It's just one of the great ones, and I'm really excited where Monstercat's gonna go within the next year and so on. Like, with the podcast name being changed and them going to Uncaged now. So they changed their album to Uncaged, and then now they're going to do volumes with that, I guess. And then now we have Call of the Wild as a podcast. Monstercat Call of the Wild. Little, I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess we'll see.
It's a rip-off of Zelda!
Much like all of Monstercat's changes within the past, 5 years, I'm just gonna have to get used to them, which I've gotten used to everything else by now, and I think it's for the better. So,
Okay.
I guess we'll see. But yeah, this album, love it.
So my opinions on it, it's really, I'm still not quite sure how I'm gonna feel how this is gonna be when it compared to like other albums.
Yeah.
Because my top 10 are really some of the strongest I've had in quite a while, and my bottom 10 are some of my least favorite songs since I don't even know when. So those sort of contrast each other. So I'm guessing it would probably be a bit lower because there have been plenty of albums that I've really liked and don't really even off. It's usually more like than dislike. So we'll have to see.
Okay.
All right.
So, is that it for this very, very long podcast?
Yeah,
Yes.
I guess we should wrap it up. It's been a
I
while.
should have ate lunch before doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
That was a
I'm
mistake.
hungry.
Yeah, I didn't realize it's going to take quite this long.
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
I'm
I got almost 3 hours of top-notch quality content.
Yeah.
All the
That's all
onions.
that matters.
This was fun.
All the
All the
onions.
It was a good time. I'm happy this has kind of come back. I'm not sure when we'll do another one, but
3.5
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically, whenever something big happens, something podcastable is probably the next time we'll do it.
Yeah.
Where it's not going to be
Yeah.
returning on a weekly basis by any means.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can click off the video now. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.